real quick?
Just a second.
Our boss, John Kiowski. He came back yesterday while we were, I'm just thanking the boss.
Well, I get it, but
It'll tie into the show. While we were taking phone calls, he came back and donated. And he said, and I want to request a song. I said, can you request Los Lonely Boys Heaven?
Oh.
And he did. So it had to be played because they requested a song. And it's not just point music. He has access, Donnie had access to like all the station's music. And at some point, Arch played Los Lonely Boys Heaven. So John donated, he requested Los Lonely Boys Heaven. So that was played on 105.7 at some point yesterday. So thank you, John.
Los Lonely Boys Heaven was played on 105.7 The Point?
Yeah.
Wow.
He's playing everything.
All right.
As long as I can find the music, he played it. So
Nice little song, I guess.
yeah, so that would be a first over on 105.7.
Totally agree, Tim. Was eating a Riley Reed triple threat match yesterday, and then all of a sudden she's tongue-punching the fella's dirt star, and I had to bail. Thanks, that's from Cuck Knobloch. Doug, you remember? Is it the Twins, the Yankees, am I right?
Yeah, pretty good hitter, but couldn't throw it to first base.
He'll destroy it.
And this is what's come to for him. He just kind of sits in a darkened room pouting about his inability to make that throw and sends off cryptic emails to people like us.
Is he a
I
cuck?
feel bad for him.
He's a cuck now?
Driving the ball 300 yards is cool and impresses your buddies, but scoring amounts to getting the ball in the hole. Thus, the best way to lower your scores is to improve your short game. If you want a golf green that putts true and gives you real grass performance when practicing chips, pitches, and bunker shots, the only company to call is Clubhouse Turf, St. Louis's exclusive partner of Celebrity Greens. Each Clubhouse Turf signature green is unique in design and can create your own backyard golf experience that your family and friends will enjoy for years to come. Call Clubhouse Turf today at 314-802-6229. Or visit them online at clubhouseturf.com.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day. Rise and shine, St. Louis. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. At the Morning After STL on YouTube and on TMASTL.com with Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Iggy Strode, The Plowboy, and Action Jackson.
7:07 in St. Louis. You are listening to the Ryan Kelly Morning After from the Michelob Ultra Studios. Welcome to our Munganess St. Louis Acura and Alton Toyota 7 o'clock hour. Timothy, Michael McKernan, Douglas Sullivan, Vaughn, Action Jackson in for the vacationing Ken, Iggy Strode, and the Plowhawk on the ones and twos. Come on in, friends. The water is warm and YouTube very naughty. You can see me today. And Doug, I look like a bad boy at youtube.com/TMASTL.
What are you wearing?
Actually, there is a nape in the air, and so I am wearing a naughty little TMA. Do you call it a three-quarter zip, or do you call it a quarter zip?
Quarter zip?
Watch this, Doug. Q-zip.
I don't like that at all. Not the least.
It's a nice Q-zip.
Jackson's
Tim.
all healed up from that Princeton loss when he starts throwing around Q-zip.
I guess. You're feeling pretty good about yourself now, aren't you?
Yep, the wounds are starting to scab over.
Okay.
Slowly but surely.
Nice.
Well, I hope you're feeling better because I'm not going to be much good to you.
What's the problem?
Well, it's supposed to rain. We're supposed to get like 2 or 3 inches of rain here over the next couple days. You think I can just go on without galoshes? Act like nothing's happening?
Galoshes.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I don't have galoshes.
90% chance of precipitation today, but the temperature gets up to 67 and 71 on Wednesday and Thursday.
Yeah.
How do you do?
Well, that helps, but not if it's pouring down rain.
As long as it's
Going
not...
to rain through Saturday, I see.
Yeah. As long as it's not 25 degrees in the morning, I'm okay with the weather. Like, it was 41 when I got in my car. That's a world of difference than 31.
Oh, well, I guess.
It's brutal when it's that cold in the morning.
Well, when it's cold now, I just get in my car in the garage, drive right here, park underneath. 20 feet away, I'm in the building. Same thing on the way back home in the garage. I never go outside.
Right.
It's really cold. I don't like the cold.
But what about your pets and the elderly?
Well, I keep them inside.
What about families and education and communities?
Well, that's most important to me in our neighborhoods. Yeah, feeding the children, that kind of thing. But the dog doesn't like to go out. Sometimes I say, hey, Dory, you want to go outside? The dog runs the other direction. No, don't make me go outside. It's a little apartment dog.
Let's get him on and hold her accountable.
Well, most dogs would love to go outside. Oh, time for a walk? Great, let's go. My dog goes, oh, my God, no. That's the last thing I want to do is go outside.
Do you guys know it's goose mating season for the next month or so? Well, now you do. Thanks, Flip Wilson. Doug,
Okay.
fun facts coming into the Engineered Design Facilities text inbox.
Why would this be goose mating season? I guess so they have their babies when it's warm and they don't have to deal with winter until they can fly away somewhere.
You're looking at me like I know a damn thing about a goose.
I thought you were.
I'm not a
I thought you were
gooseman.
a savvy geeseman.
No, I'm not your huckleberry there.
Okay.
Mr. Lick says Doug is flexing his garage, and I love it. That's from Mr. Lick's Doug. He recognizes wealth.
Attached garage.
There's
at
not a
that.
lot of people that have garages.
You know,
I do feel fortunate.
I have a carport.
I've never actually pulled the car into a garage.
Cut it
Never?
out.
Never.
Not even in Canton?
You've
I've
never
never-
driven into a garage?
I've never actually driven a car into a garage. I've never had a garage. Well, at my family house, but both of my parents park in the garage, so I'm parking in
You
the
never
street
drove
at
one
the
of their
house.
cars in the garage?
No, I backed one out of a garage before.
Did you?
For me and my boys to smoke weed in, but
Would you like to come
Mace
to my
dog.
house and
What up,
drive
Mace
into the
dog?
garage once or twice?
I mean, I wouldn't mind it just going in and out, in and out,
That's
in
what
and
it-
out,
that's
in
all
and
it
out.
is.
Yeah, you feel it?
Well, we wondered what we were going to talk about today. I guess we found it.
I didn't think of it that big of a story. It's just
Yeah.
I've never. So, Doug, long end of it, you're very blessed.
I am to have a garage. And you know what? I even hesitate to say this. 2-car garage.
Wow.
That's
Oh, my
right.
God.
That's right.
So you have to leave
No.
it here, right?
No.
Yeah. 2-car garage.
Yeah, I
Let me ask you something. Let's just talk as two blessed guys here on the radio and just rub everybody's face in it. I have found that I think we have a 2-car garage, not to give up the illusion of the carport thing, but the 2-car garage actually really barely fits 2 cars. Am
Oh,
I
yeah.
correct on this?
That's correct.
Okay, so I'm right. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So, Doug, do you have a 2.5-car garage?
I have 2-car plus, which means
There it is.
Wow.
There it is.
when we had the house built, they built another 3 or 4 feet onto it, so there's
It can
room
hold
for
the
trash
gator,
cans.
you
and
know.
Can't get the golf cart in there. Can't get 2 cars in the golf cart. Can't get that. But
Wow.
yeah, 3-car garage would be huge. But I don't want to just shame you guys like you're paupers or
So
something.
where do you park the golf cart? Is it on the helipad?
It's around by the garage that stores a lot of the barn off equipment.
near the stables.
Doug,
yeah.
do you have a tennis ball that hangs down?
No, but I'd like one.
Dude, those are pretty
Yeah, I
cool.
like that. My
Yeah.
grandfather had that when I was growing up, but I really liked it.
We had one as well, and it was pretty cool. Right when it hit the windshield, that
Yeah.
means you're
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
Stop.
God, now that I'm thinking about it, I could use that.
Oh, it just have your car parked perfectly and get a string down.
Yeah.
And line
Someone
it up
else
to
would
the
install it, though,
windshield.
right, Tim? A public school kid.
Oh,
yeah.
for
Well,
heaven's sakes.
Public school kid or CBC, basically the same.
Tim goes, I'm going to
thing.
redesign my whole garage. I tear it down and rebuild just for the tennis ball and
Just
string.
for the tennis ball, 100%. So yeah, so Doug, you now have a golf cart to traverse the neighborhood.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's
Yeah.
an absolute pony.
Is it 2 seats in the back, or is it
Yeah,
for your
2
clubs?
seats in the front, 2 seats in the back.
That's nice.
You just got more money
I
than
do
know what
notice
to do with,
those
fellas.
bouncing around Kirkwood now. I've seen a lot of those, and I know they've been going around St. Gabriel's area
Yeah.
for a few years, and it's a controversial topic, I understand, in St.
It is?
Gabriel's Parish.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll cover that in the 8 o'clock hour. I wanted to tease it.
Why
Oh,
would
you
they
should
care?
You should see cops' reactions
know.
when they see them. I saw one the other day. The cops
Police don't like the golf carts?
They're annoyed because they want to not. I mean, it just slows down traffic. There's nothing they really can do because if they're licensed and they're in an area to where you can't really ticket them, but you can tell they hate it.
No, I would never drive it in heavy traffic. The people who drive around downtown Kirkwood or someplace, I think it's dangerous. I wouldn't do that.
They do it on the hill.
And
all
what
the
is
time.
what is the upside of it?
Oh, it's just kind of fun to have. Just like
Oh,
riding
okay.
a bicycle or something. Just kind of fun thing to do.
I think I'm going to put Doug in his place, and I'm not saying this is you,
Oh, no.
but it's a hey, look at me.
Oh, I don't know.
You think that's what it is, Plowhawk? It's
me
like
tell ya.
22-inch rims. They spinning,
Let me tell you what
spinning.
I saw in Dogtown on the opening home opener. This was 2 weeks ago.
What did you see exactly?
It was a decked out golf cart, and it had STLFC colors. It
Oh.
was pink. It was.
Oh, how do you do? That's just showing support for the doggies.
It's like a
The
bullpen
pink
car.
doggies.
Little bullpen car.
A little too much.
They're
I'm not
apparently
saying you're doing that, Doug.
they're
You're
huge in
bought off.
retirement communities too. Just
Villages?
helps people get around a little bit.
It's a little bit bigger than a wheelchair.
They're all over the hill. They're all over the hill. People
Yeah.
drive them everywhere around there.
'Cause the
Oh,
hill's got-
Jackson with some anti-Italian slander on the program.
Yeah.
Have fun with that.
No,
the hill's
I
got such
love the
narrow
Italians.
streets, that it's probably easier for people to tool around on a golf cart.
Sure. It's
You don't like it, I can tell.
Well, I have like a beef with traffic in general. I think too many.
St. Louis is known for its terrible traffic.
Well, not even that. It's just people like just abandoning traffic rules. And I'm not talking about motorists. I'm talking about bicyclists or people in a golf cart. Like, people in a golf cart just going slow down a hill street is fine. Bicyclists that don't stop at stop signs but then yell at you because you didn't wait for them. That really kind of grinds
That's
my
another-
gears. I
that's
had
another-
that situation the other day where someone yelled at me in my car because I didn't stop because they didn't stop at the stop sign, and I drove through because it was my turn to go, and they started screaming at me. I said, "You have to stop at the stop sign. You have to follow the same rules."
I gotta tell you, I agree with Jackson here. That's out of line.
It's the law. It's the bicyclists have to follow the rules. They
Not
have
to
stop.
mention,
So you
life
feel
is
like
a little
Italians now think they're above the law? Is that your statement?
No, this woman was not Italian from what I could see. She was in her mid-60s and ornery as all get out because
Oh, was
she
she?
let me have it.
Imagine it's the groups that get me. Imagine putting on skin-tight outfits, putting on
Spandex.
sunglasses, special bike shoes, gloves, and sunglasses, and they're the cool ones. Like, in what world do you go out and go, okay, I'm going to be an ass, and I'm going to love every second of it?
They want to be aerodynamic.
Yeah, but for what? That's like, I don't get that at all.
This woman was not in any of that garb. She was. It seemed like she was getting her exercise, which, hey, God bless. But you gotta stop at the stop sign, especially at 5 o'clock during, air quotes, rush hour. You gotta stop at the stop signs. Let's get it under control. here.
There's a lot of gruesome injuries with bicycle riding.
Yeah,
in
that
the
you have
city.
to be careful. And so if you're just gonna fly through stop signs, you're kind of, you're asking for trouble.
Why do we have the Katy Trail, Forest Park, Tower Grove if they're just going to ride on Kings Highway and gravel it?
Well, not
like, what
everyone
the hell?
lives
Why
right
do we
there.
have all these sweet things
Not
but
everybody
they don't
lives
even
right there.
utilize it? Well, take
I'll tell you what, Plowhawk, I just want to let you know, tread lightly on the cyclist lobby. They can be passionate.
He says, "Bring it on."
Come on, Buck.
Plowsy just signaled to the YouTube, bring it on.
Bring it.
Now that Missouri season's over, he has to find somebody else to irritate until the Cardinals start next Thursday.
There are 500 ways to be healthy. Being an ass should not be one of them.
Just riding a bike doesn't make you an ass.
See, back in my day when I was a kid, we were allowed, it was normal for bicyclists and bikers to ride on the sidewalks, to where, both
Right.
walkers, dog walkers, and people on bikes would be looking at one another. You kind of, the bikes go one to the side if there is an issue. Riding on the street with a bike is just stupid. I don't care if there's a bike lane or not. People who drive nowadays, especially in St. Louis, running red lights, absolutely going 60 or 70 in a 35. Like, if I'm a bicyclist, I would not want my back to traffic, regardless if I'm in the street or not. Like, you got to have a better way.
All right. My whole thing with bicycling is that the helmets are ill-suited for the purpose. It's not enough of a helmet. You should be wearing a football helmet. It's something to protect your face.
Like the side of the face.
You
'cause
fall off a bike with a bicycle helmet, it's not going to do you any good.
Unless you land at a 90-degree
Right.
angle straight up and down.
Why wouldn't you
It
want
does seem like it's more of a psychological thing than actually having healthful impact.
you got to wear a hockey with a cage on the front or a football helmet with a face mask? That's going to keep you from getting
Like a
maimed.
motorcycle helmet. Like a motorcycle helmet
Yeah,
goes around the
that would
whole
help.
face and with the visor. Yeah, the bike helmet seems like it'll protect about 70%, if that, of your cranium.
Yeah, if you're
Fun
lucky.
texts are coming in on the topic, Doug, so this is good. Y'all talking about traffic? I'd like to traffic that gaped twink in East St. Louis for some cheddar and fire blow for the after party. Snort a heater off my crank, sweet, sweet Kai, and watch me pound your pale friend's boy cheeks.
Okay, that's enough.
Wow.
That's from the recovering
Sure it
alcoholic
is.
from Belleville and Webster Grove.
He's gonna steal me from my slumber, take me to the east side, and then just it's a white fest.
I'm sorry you had to hear it.
I think the most alarming, how do you smoke a ciggy off a crank? Is it in the hole? Is it sideways on the
I think he said
shaft?
snorted heater. I think he's talking about narcotics, not
Oh,
necessarily.
okay. I thought,
That would just be like a cigarette burn
is it
right on your
damn
ween.
impressive.
Good morning. Cyclists suck, and they think they're training for the Tour de France, lacking the self-awareness that if you tapped them with your car, their spleen would rupture. I stand with Plowsy. That's from Hall of Famer Carlos Spicy
Wait,
Wheel.
you
And I'm
can't-
fine
you can't
them-
tap them with your car.
Yeah, and I'm fine with them doing it. I'm not anti-exercise. What I am is
You
like
should be, though. I'd like to see that.
That would probably be a popular take in the St. Louis area.
It's like me walking my
Anti-exercise.
dog in the middle of the road, like just because I'm allowed to.
But
Like,
the roads aren't for everyone.
I'm
Yes.
cool with bicyclists being in the road, just you have to follow the rules of the road. That means at a stop sign you have to stop. That means you have to wait your turn to go. It's not just everyone in the world waits for you. I'm not saying this is all bicyclists. Most cyclists are good about this. But the ones who aren't somehow, have something to say afterwards, and I can't really believe all that.
You're still upset about that gal.
I don't like getting yelled at. I like to think of myself as a positive, nice person,
Oh.
and I don't like being yelled at, and especially by strangers. And so when that happens, this is the Midwest. We're supposed to be nice to one another.
Well, the
Plowhawk
bicyclists-
is anti-cyclist, and Jackson is anti-Italian, and Doug, what are you?
anti-bicycle helmet.
I think me
They
and
should
Doug
be wearing
win.
football helmets.
But I think it'd be fun. I would like to get a group of dudes and ride up and down maybe be Morgan Ford, Arsenal, Kings Highway with like the big 3-wheel bike, like the
Oh,
kids
yeah.
have. I think that'd be a sick crew to roll with.
Sure.
But the roads are for motorized vehicles. Isn't that a law?
No, they're
No.
for all vehicles.
Well, bro, that is
You are allowed to
ridiculous.
ride a bicycle,
Correct. I gave you 3 trails, parks.
but
I
not
mean,
everyone wants to go on the trail.
What's wrong with the sidewalk? Can anybody ask what's wrong with riding on the sidewalk?
Sidewalks aren't like if you're actually biking,
You might-
sidewalks won't do it.
Yeah, you might
gotta-
run into people walking.
right. And
Oh, wow,
sidewalk-
you got to be aware? Crap. You got to actually have your eyes on it. Man, head on a swivel. That's what you got to do. If you
Well-
want to exercise, do it with caution. Don't do it with a bunch of cars that already hate you and right behind you, waiting for you to, get into the aerodynamic. Right after you take a stop, you got to get in the perfect position to go 5 miles an hour.
Fun little anecdote sent in here. I saw 2 dads kissing on a golf cart by the dumpster behind Sportsman's Park. Apparently, that's an initiation ritual for when your kid gets into burros. That's from
Oh,
Mr. Licks.
I don't know.
Is
I've
that
never heard
correct?
that. Never heard that.
Yeah,
never heard
that's
that.
facts.
But in South City,
let's
we
just
didn't have
make
a whole
out.
lot of burros, guys.
Nah, the damn parking lot at Sportsman's Park is. I saw 2 horses there one time, Doug.
Two horses.
2 horses.
Where'd they come from?
2 big ass horses too, like not like little guys. Like these-
Clydesdales.
not Clydesdales, but these were big hoofing horses, and they were crapping all over the
Oh.
parking lot. It smelled like a zoo over there, and I was just trying to get a delicious cheeseburger. And there's 2 horses taking up a parking spot. And if you know Sportsman's Park, limited parking.
Yeah.
So when 2 what would be equine,
Yeah.
Nurse.
2 equine animals there are sitting there, it's like, hey, can you mind moving your horses?
Oh.
Clip-clopping down Clayton Road there.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone ride a Clydesdale.
I think they're too big. aren't
Sitting
they?
on the Clydesdale.
They're workhorses, are they not? They're
Well,
not,
yeah,
they're
plow
Not,
horses, draft horses, I guess.
they're huge.
But I assume you could ride one if you wanted to.
You have to really spread your legs out.
Yeah.
Seems like right up your alley, Doug.
Yeah.
Tim, I cannot wait to hear your Holderness and Bourne live read today. That company is so good. That's from Mr. Licks, Doug. And Holderness and Bourne is a brand new sponsor here on TMA. If you haven't checked it out, I would tell you this. I think it's the sharpest golf apparel going in 2023. Jackson, you strike me as the kind of guy who would be a Holderness and Bourne guy, or at least your peers would be.
Oh yeah, I know folks who are big fans of it. The more upper echelon stuff, the real comfortable stuff, and Holderness and Bourne does that just about as good as anybody. I love all their stuff.
It is sharp, sharp, sharp. It is prime golf apparel. They are all over pro shops around the St. Louis area. And Alex Holderness and John Bourne are the founders. They started this brand back in 2015 after they were frustrated with the lack of great-fitting golf shirt options and wanted to come in and change that. You can pick out an H&B collar from across the driving range. Why? Because it has premium interfacing, hidden collar stays, and an English cut that is modern but not too aggressive. Great. What does that all mean? It means you look more polished and more put together. A great collar frames your face and gives you good posture, and in the spring and summer it stays sharp all day long. It doesn't lay down or flatten out as you sweat all over those 6 footers, and we're
Oh.
talking about putts, not gentlemen. Check them out at hbgolf.com and use the code TMA15 for 15% off your next order. That's hbgolf.com. It is a sharp look, and you can watch them on PGA Tour players and also one of the players we defeated, and that, of course, is Chris Nagel. And the only question to answer.
Where's Tim?
You dropped real quick.
Where's Tim?
I'll take care of it.
Oh, hello.
Hello, Cucky.
Where's Tim? Okay, he dropped.
We really do need our savior, because right when he does drop, it's a screeching halt.
Who's our savior?
Tim.
Oh, Tim is our savior.
Nurse?
Okay.
Hello.
There he is. Now we hear you again.
Hello.
We've discovered, Doug, that we occasionally need to power cycle like you do with your modem for some reason with this software.
Really?
What is this software called? A-Link?
Yeah,
All-Link?
Airlink.
Analink?
Airlink,
Is that what
but
it is?
it's commonly known on the streets as Analink.
It isn't.
You know,
I'm trying
technology
to
and
get
stuff.
my 5-year-old son to sit next to me and watch this crap, Doug, because I know you always wanted your sons to get into broadcasting.
No, I was
And I
embarrassed
would-
even to tell him what I did.
Oh my gosh, I hate explaining what I do to people.
I said, "Yeah, I'm an accountant. I'm an
Whatever
accountant."
respect they had for me from the start of the conversation, you could tell it all ended when I finished trying to explain how I make a living.
They start looking over your shoulder to see if there's someone else to talk to.
It's like they pat you on the shoulder, they're
Yeah.
like, hey, it's okay.
It's all right. Keep trying. You're doing your best. God bless you.
Trying to flag him over. He's out here with me, but he will not come over. Come on over. The water's warm.
Yeah,
No, he will
all
not
friends
join.
are
He will not
invited.
join the program. I think he's listening to Randy, Carey, and Brooke down
Probably,
the hallway.
yeah.
That's what I think's going on.
Wouldn't surprise me one iota.
No. All right, you can get involved in the program. 314-881-TMA5. 314-881-TMA5. That's the Engineered Design Facilities text inbox. Call into the program, 636-9004-TMA, or email in for our Design Air Heating and Cooling email the day, the morning after at InsideSTL.com. It looks like the temperature's starting to warm up in the St. Louis area. Unfortunately, rain for the next 5 or so days. But then, Doug, I'm looking ahead to next week, and temperatures in the high 50s, so maybe we turn the corner. Either way, temperature high in the 40s today. If you run into furnace issues, make sure you go to DesignAirService.com and work with Seth Goldcamp and his incredible team. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling online at DesignAirService.com. Once you go to the website, you click on the Book Now tab, and a service tech will be out quick, fast, and in a hurry. Doug is a client. I am a client. We recommend you become a client as well. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling, the official HVAC provider of the Ryan Kelly Morning After and the Tim McKernan Show podcast. And if you would like to have your question or comment or erotic story read on QFTA, email me at tmckernan at InsideSTL.com, or use the TMA STL app and just hit send message, and it can be sent directly to me, and we will read it for QFTA if we find the question or comment or erotic story intriguing enough. It is Design Air Heating and Cooling, sponsored of the Ryan Kelly Morning After. Speaking of the Ryan Kelly Morning After, his name is Ryan Kelly, and he is the title sponsor. Doug, he's online at thehomeloanexpert.com.
And he would love to help you if you're carrying a lot of credit card debt, and Lord knows a lot of people are. With inflation here, people are taking on more debt than ever. If you're a homeowner, you can leverage your equity, put the equity in your home to work for you with a simple cash-out refinance at the Home Loan Expert with Ryan Kelly. The average credit card interest rate now over 24%, highest it's been in more than 30 years now. With inflation, people are carrying more debt than ever. Not a good thing. Put your equity to work with you with a simple cash-out refinance. The average Home Loan Expert client receives more than $54,000 when they cash out on their refinance. They can pay off those high-interest credit cards. If you're thinking of buying a home this year, the process is not as complicated as you think. With the Home Loan Expert, they make the pre-approval process very easy. Get pre-approved today, the day you call in. They'll also provide you a lower rate and a 10-day closing guarantee. Any kind of mortgage issue you have, high-interest credit card debt driving you crazy, check out Ryan Kelly. Let he and his staff take good care of you, as they've done with me twice when I refinance. It's the Home Loan Expert, Ryan Kelly. Thank you, Sir Mortgage.
Munganess, the sponsor of our 7 o'clock hour and the Daily Fantasy Sports Showdown. The great Jamie Burkhardt, Clayton Patterson, and Peter Munganess online at stlouisacura.com, RaltonToyota.com. New car supply coming in, which is great news. The pandemic caused issues with that for everybody in the automotive industry. Well, the game has changed. Now Munganess says, if you want a new car, go online, and they will get it for you. stlouisacura.com or altontoyota.com. Be nice if they had some kind of secret phone number for our audience.
Well, I believe they do. I gave it to you, but it's kind of a secret. I'll do it anyway. 314-252-0029. That'll get you straight to the Muckety Mucks.
Yep. That's right. And those Muckety Bucks are Jamie Burkhardt, Clayton Patterson, Peter Munganess, the entire wonderful staff at Munganess St. Louis Acura, and Alton Toyota, sponsor of our 7 o'clock hour and the Daily Fantasy Sports Showdown. Gentlemen, I don't know if you're aware of this, but today is the day we need to do the Daily Fantasy Sports Showdown. Jackson, were you aware of that? I'm going to take
Not
a
at
look
all.
at you via YouTube,
Oh.
and that is going to cause a lot of frustration.
Just have Doug pick this week. Like, it's very easy.
It's match play, though, isn't it?
It is match play.
Oh, that's even more of a pain in the ass.
Oh, no.
Because then I got to put them in envelopes.
You want to
If
just call...
Ken sent you his roster, probably not, because
No.
then you would know that, because the tournament starts tomorrow. Doug, it's a WGC.
Why don't you just call up names on a computer? I'll close my eyes and point to a name.
I can do the random name generator.
Yeah, that's way better. Anyways, like the one on you got to still type it up on an Excel spreadsheet, don't you?
No, I have the Excel spreadsheet. Shout out to Flip Wilson, who sends me that every week. God bless you, sir.
God, that saves a lot of time.
Oh,
If you
it's
had to type those
shout
up.
out Flip Wilson for real.
Thank you, Flip.
Yeah, I didn't know. I thought it was tomorrow, so I can put in a random name generator, but I don't have Iggy's roster. That's the. I can text him though. Shoot him a text.
Okay.
I texted with Iggy yesterday. A Hunchback of
How
Uncastle
is
sent
he?
in a text asking how Iggy's doing. And let me see, Doug. I'll read it verbatim. How are you feeling? Little better, just sitting outside. Little better, just sitting outside. Remember that scene in Goodfellas? Let me get the papers. Get the papers.
Jimmy 2 times.
Yeah. He's just sitting outside. I see him on
Is
his
it warm enough to be sitting outside?
barely.
No, it's cold.
That's what I was wondering. I said, good to hear you getting better, man. He said, by the way, the Pornhub documentary on Netflix is pretty enlightening.
Oh gosh.
So we had a great conversation.
That is a great. Is this yesterday? Because it was kind of warmer yesterday.
Yeah, it was yesterday afternoon.
Yeah, it was like 55,
it was
50,
fine.
50
Yeah, it was
55
warm.
degrees and
41
sunny.
right now here.
Yeah, yeah. So that I thought you were talking about like this morning. I was like, ooh, that's cold.
No, this was yesterday afternoon. I wanted to check in and see how he's doing. Yeah, so Iggy will be back. There's like conspiracy theories, as always. Everything with the show is always a conspiracy.
Mm-hmm.
Iggy just didn't feel good. I thought it was strange, too, to be real honest with you. Not strange in the sense that somebody could feel ill, but that when Jackson and I got the text from Tommy on Sunday morning, I'm saying he's just going to take the week off, I texted Jackson, I go, man, I'm concerned about him. For real.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
straightforward, whether it be, because he left the fan page, and then you never know, because he acts like none of this stuff bothers him, and it's just playing along. But if you're leaving the fan page, then I'm like, okay, maybe it's getting to him. And then I worry that he's really seriously sick, so I wanted to get on the phone with him, and he's just like, I still feel like crap, and I'd just rather just take the week off as opposed to day by day, maybe not getting right. And I'm like, man, do whatever, as long as you're fine. Nobody really, just get right, that's all. So anyway, that's what's going on. Couldn't be more straightforward than that. So, Doug, there it is. So I was texting with Jackson before the program because I'm supposed to be off on Thursday and Friday, but then with no Ken, now, Doug, it'd essentially be like a 5-on-3 where we're playing 2 men down, and it doesn't matter what 2 men you're talking about. If you lose 40% of the presentation, or as you would call it, a dais,
No, I don't.
that is, you would not.
No, I don't
got
call it
that.
a
I got that
dais.
wrong in the show prep note. Then that would impact the program. Jackson says he's good with it though. I'm fine because it's not like I'm doing anything. I'm just taking time just because I have it and I'm down here. But it's not like I got any plans. I mean, either way, I'm going to be, chasing around my boys and hanging out. So I can do that from outside either way.
We did
So,
a 3-man weave on Friday.
Yeah, but Jackson was basically the essentially the hopped up on junk because Missouri had won an NCAA tournament game.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, that is.
I can
You were
still,
hopped up on some kind of narcotic as well because Illinois had just lost an NCAA tournament.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a great game. Loved it. Down the entire game. No hope.
I don't know about that. I'll find that spark again, though. I'll find something to give me that spark. Yeah.
What's going to get you going?
I don't know, but I'll figure it out.
We were talking about his boy Doug Marshy Marsh coming in. You've never done a show with Marshy Marsh, right?
No.
Because he filled in for you one time.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be fine. There's got to be another friend of the feather that would drop by.
Well, this is a show that where friends feel they can drop by at any time.
Yeah, absolutely they do.
And Thursday there'll be tournament action, some stuff to break down on Friday. You know, I know you like that.
Boob job.
Hey, Marcy.
Sorry, delayed.
I know you like that Gonzaga UCLA matchup. Talking about Mark Few, Mick Cronin.
You like Mick Cronin.
Big fan of Mick Cronin.
Why?
I like the way he coaches. He's kind of a short guy. Kind of gets fired up. I just like the way he coaches.
Oh,
And
Drew Timmy is 24 and is in his
It's gotta be at
seventh.
least. He's been at
seventh-
Gonzaga for 10 years.
It's his seventh Sweet 16, right? Or it's
seventh?
He's a. It's his. He says it's a seventh straight Sweet 16.
Can't be.
Dude, that's
It could be his fifth.
Was
He
it a
could play.
Tulti? Was it a Tulti update?
No, this was on.
Seventh straight Sweet 16? Are you sure?
Well,
about
for Gonzaga,
You
but
can't play
he's-
7 years of
he's
college.
Not at one
Oh, you
school.
can definitely play
Not at
7
one
years.
school.
Oh, yeah, probably not at one school. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he's only been there 4 years. I don't know why he said this is my seventh straight Sweet 16.
Goofing around.
Someone is being lied to.
No, maybe he messed it up, and maybe that one's the clip. Maybe.
He's an awfully good college player, but they say he probably won't play in the NBA.
No. Undersized.
How tall is he? 6'8"?
6'10".
6'10"?
Yeah.
6'10" is undersized.
God, he's
For what he does, yeah, he
his
can't really guard the
stats are
perimeter.
Sick.
Same reason that Zach Edey won't play in the NBA.
I bet he will. I bet he will.
You're going to see my son shoot across the YouTube. Oh, there he is. He's like the ghost in 3 Men and a Baby now. He's behind me.
He's just doing wind sprints?
No, he's lurking behind me here in the backyard, but doesn't realize that he can be seen.
Oh.
That's what is behind me. No. Chair, Doug. There's a chair.
Okay.
And some kind of mosquito. There's a mosquito. There's a mosquito now, and it's on my laptop. Oh, little does it know it's sitting in my seed.
No.
It's called sarcasm, you non-drop playing dope. That's from Nathan from the East Side of Alton. What Plowhawk, what did you even say that got Nathan riled up?
Oh, I guess Drew Timmy was joking that it was his 7th year. Obviously, I needed to know that. And look, I'd be angry too if I lived out that way. So, good luck.
Oh, where? Alton? Is that where he's from?
Have fun. You own a farm.
Alton's fun.
Tim, want me to fill in as much as you fill in for me in the bedroom? It's the least I can do. Doug, that's the recovering alcoholic from Belleville and Webster Grove. Would you like him to come into the Michelob Ultra Studios on Thursday and Friday and do the program?
I just think he's too vile. We got the FCC to answer to.
Yeah, that actually would be. You'd have to positively be hammering that dump on.
He's just too nasty.
You don't have so many dumps. Tee-hee.
Yeah.
Speaking of not feeling well, this is a gentle reminder that we'll have a nurse on site to take blood pressure and a couple other panels after we get done honking one another's horns this morning. Otto set this up for us through his wife's employer, so please wear closed-toed shoes. Thanks. That's from Hey Barry.
Oh. I always wear closed-toed shoes. I mean, always.
You never wear. I saw you wear a flip-flop in Jamaica.
Even my pool shoes have closed-toed.
Really?
Yeah.
You're missing out.
You think I want my toes unprotected?
I like to see your toes.
I don't know how people do
Cut that off.
do the thongs or the slits between their toes. Though.
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
Aggravating.
it itches. It's aggravating. I don't get
Yeah,
that.
I don't
How do
either.
people do that? Hurts my toes. I get like chafed in
So you
between
don't
my
wear.
toes.
So you don't wear sandals.
I don't wear like the.
You wear slides.
I like the Birkenstocks.
Oh yeah.
Those style. You know, with the back and just like kind of open, but I don't want anything in between my toes.
No, I don't either.
Crocs.
See, I got a pair of Crocs, and I got the fuzzy inside Crocs.
I do too.
I love them.
Crocs are hot again.
I love Crocs.
I take them for dog walks, you know. And
I have noticed young people are wearing Crocs. That's
Crocs
kind
are
of a
hot.
surprising play, but about 2 or 3 years ago, young lasses started wearing what Tina Fey and Amy Poehler were wearing in a Saturday Night Live episode called mom jeans.
Yeah, Crocs are certainly back.
Sneezins is pleasins.
Very big time. Mom jeans are back. Yeah.
Doug, what an odd moment in fashion for the
Yeah.
youngs.
Yeah.
Well,
Madison
Crocs are
has-
so comfortable.
They're unreal.
And a lot of the youngs wear nothing but sweatpants and T-shirts anyway, and hoodies.
That's
So
right.
I don't think they care too much about fashion.
See, Madison has some jeans now and a couple of leggings that are like flared, like 70s style.
Oh.
Also
It's all
hot.
coming back. I wear the same 5 outfits every day.
But
so
you
I
have nice
don't- I don't really
leggings.
care what comes back. I'm
You-
chilling, man. I got an outfit every day on a tank lid. in the
I see a
morning.
honey hole hat. You're wearing a hat that says honey hole.
Oh, yeah, I got that.
Your
in,
hat says honey hole?
Yeah, I forgot to even point it out. I
Pretty
found
fire.
it.
Take a look
I
at
found
this
it in
on the
Arkansas,
YouTube.
and it's a pretty nice hat.
Honey,
It looks
what
like one of those
honey hole.
design air hats on the YouTube.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
a
it's
nice
actually a pretty fire mesh hat.
Yeah, little trucker hat, honey hole on it.
Let me see that. Oh, yeah, it says honey. Oh, that's nice. Where'd you get that, Plowhawk?
I got it at like a shop down there in Eureka Springs. And wanted to support local business. I was like, hey, dude, I need a new mesh hat. This says honey hole, kind of a show themed.
You went out one day saying, I'd sure like to support a local business. that was your plan?
No, like Eureka Springs is like very similar to Hannibal, to where there's a lot of, little mom and pop shops that obviously thrive off of the tourism that is attached to that. So I always like to support. If I'm going down there, it's cheap for drinks and food. You might as well kind of splurge on, items you may or may not need. Bought a couple of knick-knack items, but I thought the hat was cool.
What'd you pay for that sky piece?
I think it was
Sideburns?
$25, but I think that's typical for a mesh hat nowadays,
Yeah.
20 to 25 range. So very pleased with it. And like I said, show themed, honey hole.
Yeah. As soon as you saw it, you knew you had to have it.
Had to have it. A lot of different colors too, but went with the solid blue.
I want me a honey hole.
Put that off. Put that off. Snag that audio if you could. Plowsy, I'll stick my tongue between those toes, bro. That's from Mr. Nipples. He is propositioning you. Let him know if you're interested in that.
You're going to have to go private to settle
Love
that.
nipples, yeah.
Harrison's brother, Master Jackson. Is he your favorite texter? Who's your favorite texter right now?
The Don.
Todd Reesing.
No, he sucks. Don Hoffman's probably my favorite. Harrison's brother Master is probably dead last in that.
Nate Eastside Alton is a sneaky
He's kind of
ass.
funny though. That's the thing. Like
He is
Harrison's brother
kinda-
Master is just not funny, unfortunately.
He is not happy with Iggy. So let me get this straight. Tim's doing the show out of town for a month, and the boot just stops coming into work and then takes a vacation, and now Tim can't take his days off. What a team player this guy is!
Oh.
That's from Harrison's brother Master, and he is furious with Iggy. Iggy, there's no conspiracy, Doug. There's no Oliver Stone film.
Doesn't
the
seem
man
to be.
doesn't feel good.
No. No.
That's all there is to it.
Well, we hope he's
It
feeling
happens.
better. Yeah.
I would
People
like.
been getting sick all over the place.
Yeah.
I had it, I don't know what it was, about a month ago, I feel like. I can't recall. God almighty, it was brutal, too. But Iggy said he had like a sinus congestion thing, and it happened, he said, I think in 2019, had something similar. And I was texting with some people in the sales staff, and they were talking about having something like it, too. So, hell, I don't know. I mean, Iggy isn't a call-in sick guy. I became call-in sick guy toward the end of the year, and I felt terribly about it. In particular, for Balloon Party, because if I call in sick on Balloon Party, at least in the past, that meant Randy Character and Kerry Davis, and now Brooke Grimsley would have to do another hour, or BK and Ferrario would have to do another hour, and so that they just find out. It's like if we came in to do TMA and they go, oh, by the way, today you guys need to do another hour. So that really sucks. So I don't think anybody really enjoys calling in sick. I don't think we have a problem with calling in sick on this program. And Doug, I don't know if you've ever called in sick. I know you had the.
Oh, I called in sick for 4 months.
Yeah, but I
Go
mean,
big or
that was a
go home.
legitimate, situation.
Yeah.
And then you had the bleeding tooth last week.
Oh,
but as far
gosh.
as like calling in sick, where you go, okay, this guy's just abusing it. I don't think we have that. I don't think we have that problem on the
I
program.
hate
Being
taking
dead serious.
days off. I feel like I put a lot on Jackson's plate. I don't like that feeling.
Nah, you're fine.
And also, I kind of like starting my day and coming to work. This is a job that's very different than typical jobs. We still work hard, but it is a very fun, relaxed environment. So I always like to get out and about, get out of bed, get your
Yeah.
routine. Yeah. So if I'm not extremely ill, I always like coming in with the boys. But I hope Iggy feels better. I do miss him.
Absolutely.
Sure, it's not the
Well,
same
I was
way.
truly, I was legitimately concerned on Sunday. legitimately concerned on Sunday, for real, being just transparent. I was legitimately, and Jackson, you know that because we were texting about it.
Yeah.
And that's why I wanted to make sure I got on the phone. And he's just like, no, it's fine. He goes, it's just, I just know that I'm not right yet, so I want to make sure that I am, and I don't want to have to call in each day and cancel or not be right and then force myself to come in and then get messed up or get somebody else sick. So I'm like, all right, God bless. As long as you're good, do whatever. But if something's wrong, I wanted to talk to him, whether it be physical or otherwise. I wanted to make sure everything was cool. So anyway, but feel free to theorize on conspiracies. Somebody texted in that he's interviewing for a job. It's an 8-day job interview in the radio industry. Doug, the vetting process to get into this industry is so thorough.
I think somebody sent me a message and said, he's like, I still think it's the Cure tickets, and I think he didn't get them, and now he's taking a week to sulk. And I'm like, I didn't even have, the energy to respond. I was like, I can't, I don't, sure. I'm like,
Maybe he's heading back up to Bristol, where they interviewed him the one time for ESPN, so he can just get the swag bag.
That's a long trip and a big hassle, isn't it, just to get a little gym bag? And
Not if they're giving away a leather jacket, because his looked very, especially in Jamaica, it got used and abused there during travel, so you may need a new one.
Well, I doubt they'd give you a leather jacket just for an interview, job interview.
Oh, and you're one of the best producers in the state.
Yeah, country.
Not one of the.
Maybe the best ever.
Well, Doug, if he is interviewing, it probably isn't in Bristol because according to Andrew Marchand of the New York Post this morning, he says ESPN is getting ready to have substantial layoffs. ESPN is going to be laying off lots of people, including on-air staff. People such as Joe Buck, Troy Aikman, Stephen A. Smith, and Scott Van Pelt would not fall into that category. But the layoffs are coming soon. For those of you who have been monitoring the situation with Disney, Bob Iger is back in the position of CEO. And he said that Disney will be laying off 7,000 people. And ESPN is expected to be laying off a substantial number of people as well. He writes regarding Chris Fowler. Meanwhile, the ESPN belt tightening is already being felt in negotiations with college football national championship game caller Chris Fowler. Fowler, who reportedly makes around $3 million per year, and ESPN have been far apart in negotiations, according to sources. ESPN wants to retain Fowler, maybe even get a slight raise, give him a slight raise, as he is its lead college football and Grand Slam tennis voice, but he is not going to receive a large increase to put him anywhere near Joe Buck's dollar figures. So that is the situation at ESPN. So if Ken is in Bristol interviewing, and this is, of course, a conspiracy, it's going to really irritate some people who are about to get laid off that they are bringing him in.
Right. Wouldn't surprise me that they are interviewing Iggy to be their college football top rated. Wouldn't surprise me at all.
He'll replace Lee Corso. He'll be the one grabbing the helmets and the hats.
He could make that
pay
work.
so much money to see that.
They'd say, so who's it going to be? And Iggy would say, I don't care.
It would just be the opposite of whoever, if they were in Columbus against Ohio State, Michigan, he would grab the Michigan helmet as fast as humanly possible. Bring it on.
Guys, I just assumed Ken was out pouting because you boys sent KG down to Jupiter to clear markets and not him. That's from Al, and he is in Dadeville. KG in O-Town is in Jupetown, but that's Doug. Do you have a problem saying Jupetown, or
I
are
do.
you fine
Yeah,
with it?
You got plenty of time. 3-hour show. Jupiter.
I think KG in O-Town and I are going to get together this afternoon.
Oh,
nice.
really?
I believe so. I'm going to go to the Cardinal game, and I believe he's going to go as well. But he's flying back tonight.
Maybe
so
he'll
does
have
KG
Cassie
in
with
O-Town.
him.
He's jet setting.
Wow.
I asked him if he's bringing Cassie, but he says Cassie's got another recording artist meeting, so she's not available.
She added me, or started following me on Twitter this morning.
I saw that. She just started following me as well from my
must have
dormant
gotten-
Twitter account.
Yeah, I was like, what the
You
hell?
follow me? Hope so.
That'd be huge for you.
Yeah.
I see she has 100 followers. What in the world? Is that a new Twitter account maybe? Did she just create
Lucky.
it? Or is this like one of those guys who creates another
TMA burner?
I don't know.
Probably
Is
not.
Is this like one of the listeners creating a Cassie Moore?
it going to be our
Twitter
Becky
account?
Wiesberger of Twitter that we're just going to act like this is her the entire time?
Yeah, she doesn't follow me. Rats.
That's a bad beat.
I know. I'm trying to,
Really hurts.
I think that shows you it's not a burner, though. If it was a burner, they'd go after everybody immediately.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that.
Ah, yes, burner.
Yeah. Damn, Doug. Took it right out of my mouth.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I just think that she and KG made a fabulous looking couple.
Yeah, it was a nice couple pictures at Kachina. She was kind of dressed kind of nice.
Provocatively.
Very
You don't dress
provocatively.
like that unless you have some interest in the person you're meeting.
But the problem
right?
is she did have that, what was it, a meet and greet or a record label meet, like a meeting right before that?
Record label.
See, what
meeting?
did KG say? We were texting like at 6 this morning. Let's see. Oh, are you bringing Cassie to the game? He said, I would love to, but like I said yesterday, record deal meeting after record deal meeting, so unfortunately she's out.
I don't know that she's got real record
She's
deal.
fielding offers. Iggy is fielding offers. This show is attracting talent scouts from across the land.
Yeah.
But we should just put them together. Iggy should represent her. Iggy should be
Not a bad idea.
the one negotiating her deals, getting her the most money, making sure he wets his beak a little. I think it's a win-win for everybody.
Could you imagine, like, having, like, a little camera set up in that room and just the cringiness of Iggy trying to work out, like, the big, complex record deal for Cassie at, like, Spotify or, like, Sony?
Guys, Cassie has a meeting with an artist like Iggy had lunch with grade school friends from 1943. That's Dave with the cauliflower ear. My dog has more Twitter followers than her. That's from Jackson's buddy Sweet Kai. Is Iggy pouting in the breezeway because he didn't get picked for the Rizzuto show? That's from Painter Guy.
Oh.
I didn't know he was in the mix.
No, I didn't either.
Was he in the mix as well? My God.
Could well
so
have
many
been.
things going on.
Could very well
Tough
have
to
been.
track him.
Yeah.
Guys, my wife went on a date with Iggy Saturday, March 11th, and no one has seen her ever since. I enjoy the time alone, but should I be concerned at this point? That's from caller Buzz.
She could be buried with some of the other pretties.
Iggy has done nothing but badmouth my girl. He's not getting anywhere near her success. That's from KG in O-Town issuing a statement.
Oh.
Yeah. He always talk. You gotta have confidence in your artist, and I'm not sure Iggy is in that camp.
KG could probably help her brand with all the social media stuff that he does.
Yeah. Absolutely. The
That is
key
true.
is making your song go viral on TikTok. That's how you make money. Because if you have 1 million people doing a little dance to your song, it rises up the charts.
Does it?
I bet I can look at the charts right now. It's all TikToks.
That's like what happened with Nicki Minaj. Nobody had heard about her until Linda the Beehole came along.
Oh,
right.
And
Precisely,
that
Tim.
blew her career up, Doug.
Yeah, precisely, Tim. You're absolutely right.
Thank you.
Yeah, there's people who have
See what
made a career off of just what they do, like getting popular on TikTok.
I open up
A
my
Nicki Minaj mixed fusion Moscato.
I open up my TikTok and the first thing I see is one of those good-looking twins from Miami sinking free throws against Indiana last night in the NCAA tournament. Is Miami beats Indiana this time on the women's side of the bracket.
Yeah. The
Who are those twins, Jackson? I assume you know.
Cavender, like the Cavender twins.
Doug, is that Cavender?
I don't know.
They're good. They're good ball players.
Yeah, they ain't got nothing on Van Lish from Louisville, though.
She was cooking last night.
Smoke!
She was cooking last night. The Texas players were not a fan of her.
Why?
The handshake line got a little awkward. But
Oh, I did see something about that.
yeah, but
What happened?
Louisville beat Texas, and the leading scorer in the game. What's her name, Plowhawk?
I think
Van
Lish
Lish.
is the
Yeah,
last
Van
one.
Lish. And I don't know, in the handshake line, one of the Texas player grabbed her and had some words for her, and she kind of threw her off and
Dude,
said,
she
"Get
looks,
out of my way."
Yeah, she looks like one
Wow.
bad man. Oh man, she looked good.
Yeah, she had like 24 last night.
Yeah, it killed it.
I was actually watching that game. I was locked in. I'm like a basketball junkie at this point.
Dude, the women's games have been pretty fun to watch. I watched it too. Oh, good.
Guys, I'd love to hear the Linda the Beehole TikTok again. Thanks. That's from Maxwell Hung. Plowhawk, do you have that at your disposal?
It's gonna be in an audio fun folder from
Yeah, let me-
several months ago.
I mean, I'm gonna do my best to find it. It's
That
not
girl
like-
deleted that thing.
Did
Linda
she?
the Beehole. Yeah.
Wouldn't you if your name was Linda the Beehole?
Do you have an idea of what you saved it in terms of like name.
Almost
Doug, what did you
certainly.
save Linda the Beehole as in the
Almost
pod?
certainly Linda Beehole, I would imagine.
Was it pre-World Cup?
I might have been right in the throes of it.
That's what. I'm gonna find it. We'll keep the conversation going.
Okay, good
Hopefully not
idea.
this
We'll
topic.
vamp.
All right. Well, it's perfect because that allows me to tell the people about Michelob Ultra, the sponsor of the Dotem, which is coming up. God, it's only a couple months away. And Hubbard Radio will have an announcement when everything is going to go on sale. But Lisa Stanton was tweeting that she is going to be in for the Dotem. Michelob Ultra sponsor that. And the J. Randolph Jr. Fan Page Club Championship, first round taking place April 30th. I think we're going to have like 8 spots available, so I'll need to post that. And then, Jackson, how we will determine who gets those 8 spots. I guess who sends wing picks first?
Yeah. I guess I don't want to be like judge on size, so I guess it would
Right.
have to be first to the table.
Right,
So don't be
right.
afraid, like, I'm not, grower, not a shower. Just send it on in.
Yeah, send it in. So I'll post that because we're going to have about 8 spots. But other than that, I guess we had about 56 people who played last year in again. So only 8 spots available for it. Michelob Ultra is 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbs. Michelob Ultra, studio sponsor and golf sponsor here on TMA. Send your emails in for our Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email today, the morning after, at InsideSTL.com. Text in 314-881-TMA5. And, of course, call in 636-9004-TMA. And you should attempt to become the first ever Missouri TMA STL Listener of the Month, courtesy of Milagro Tequila. Welcome to a brighter side of tequila with Milagro. And so far, it's been Beer Cats. And he is from, Doug, you pronounce it Oakville? Oakville?
I think so, yeah, I think I would.
And Natty Nate, and where is he from in Illinois? Anybody know on that one?
He was
Belleville, I
Belleville,
think.
right? Because he was a coach
Belleville?
at Belleville Altoff.
Yeah,
That's
kind
right.
of team manager.
Right.
So, it's been all ILL so far. Can a Missouri listener win this month? TMASTL.com. It's the Milagro Tequila Listener of the Month. Get your dog's merchandise at TMASTLshop.com. It is available. And do we still have the 10% off promo, Jackson?
Yeah,
still going on?
We can make it, yeah, absolutely.
Jackson politely saying we can make it, that we don't, and I have effed up by asking him on the spot, but he is going to go in right now and put the 10% off in. That's what that said to me. It was my read correct?
I think so.
Yeah, I just, it takes
Give 'em
2
10%
seconds.
off.
It takes 2 seconds. I'll
Give
do
the
it right
people
now.
10%. That
problem.
dog's merchandise. Now, here's the thing with the hats. You want to go behind the scenes, Doug? You want to
Sure.
go into the weeds?
Yes.
Plowhawk, I hope this is enough vamping for you to find Linda the Beehole, by the way.
I am bee deep in it right now.
Yeah, I'll
I've
come
gone
help you.
through August and September.
No, it's
and
October. I should.
I looked in the folder. It's not there.
Hold on.
So
Oh, wait.
this company, we might have something
Got it.
developing, but this company, the margins on hats, which I would have to buy in advance, so I would take on risk, the margin's so slim that I would have to tell you, as you might have seen in the 2003 or was it 2004 film Girl Next Door, in which, was that Timothy Oliphant? Was that Timothy Oliphant?
I don't know,
who said
Tim. I don't know. I just don't.
make sure the juice is always worth the squeeze, which is a code I have lived by ever seeing Alicia Cuthbert in that picture. I'm not sure that the juice would be worth the squeeze, but we could get a variety of hats. Jackson researched them, and the problem is the cost, for whatever reason, on these hats, super expensive. And I just don't know if the juice is worth the squeeze. But there is a demand for St. Louis Dogs hats.
Yeah, certainly is. Yeah, the hat thing is it's a tough thing to navigate. It's because you want quality, but you got to pay.
Amen.
You got to pay for quality, and that's
Amen.
that's part of the give and the take. And then you have to weigh about the juice and the squeeze, Doug. It's a whole thing.
Okay. Sounds like you've quite a business mind.
Well, I actually don't. I tried getting a business minor in college, and then they showed me the coursework I would need to do it, and I said no, thank you.
Really? You begged out? Too much accounting?
Yeah, I'm so bad with numbers. Yeah, there was an accounting class, and I mean, I took some business classes, but not enough.
So you flunked out?
No. I didn't flunk any classes in
You
college.
took the easier route of journalism?
Sport management.
Oh,
No.
brother.
No.
Yeah.
Why get a business degree when you can get a sports management degree?
Bingo, Tim.
Mm-hmm.
It's just about getting out of the door.
You can work at Planet Fitness with that,
It
probably.
was just getting the piece of paper. It doesn't really matter what it says on it.
Let's see. I don't know what this means. Doug, maybe you do. The Cavenders don't play with that seasoning salt Greek money. Papa Stavros didn't raise no fools. That's from Mrs. Janny
I
Shanahan.
don't know what that means.
Yep.
They come from a
No clue.
wealthy family or something?
I don't know. They got a good NIL deal.
I
from
understand they
Miami.
don't play.
They don't play in that sense. They certainly play on the court.
Do
They're
they?
good. Yeah. Pleasure, you found the Linda the Beehole.
Yeah, I got it. Sorry, just
Oh,
putting a tech on
nice.
the
You're the
Twitter,
treat.
but No, yeah, you good. You good. I'm typing.
Okay. Go ahead and hit the lever, Plowsy.
One thing about me is when I was 20, I was trying to save some money to leave a bad relationship. I was working as a scripper at this club in the suburbs, and one day this guy who looks pretty normal walks in, and he comes up to my stage while I'm dancing around, and he says, "Hey, you got a real nice beehole." And
Oh.
I say, "Thanks. Want to do some dances or something?" And he's like, "Yeah. 3 for $100. And I'm like, "Yes, let's do that." So we go back there, and he's like, "Hey, I have kind of weird request." And I'm like, "Probably feet. Let's hear it." And he says, "I just want you to sit facing away from me." And I'm like, "Easy enough, just like this." And he's like, "Yes, but take off those bottoms. I want to see that beehole."
Oh.
So I do. And I'm thinking, this is pretty easy. I get to sit facing away from this man for 3 songs. Not doing anything. He just wants me to sit. And then he leans in real close, starts talking to my beehole.
Oh.
And I think this is a bit, so I laugh. And he goes, "Hey, can you not do that? You're kind of ruining this for me." That's when I realized it wasn't a joke, and he just wanted to sit and talk to my beehole for 3 whole songs for $100, which in my opinion is not quite enough money for the things he said to my beehole. He named it Linda.
Oh. That's a song that was recorded?
That is a song, yep. That was recorded. I think that's a Motown tune, if I'm not mistaken.
And it became a big hit on TikTok?
I think you're.
to the
that
point
what you're
that she
telling
deleted
me?
her account.
I think you're a little mistaken here, Doug. It's a song that was already made by Nicki Minaj. She just uses her own lyrics on top of the beat there.
Oh,
So no, that song, that version of it did not go platinum by any means.
it didn't.
On this show, it did. I mean, it's fire, but
I enjoyed that initially she was trying to work with the melody and the beat, and then just kind of bailed and
Gave
started
up on
talking
that,
about
yeah.
Linda.
yeah, that's kind of the trend. How when people would start singing it, and then they would tell long stories similar to our friend Linda here, and they run out of breath and just kind of lose the rhythm a little bit. But hey, that's not what's important. It's about the content of the story. And I guess she probably got paid pretty well, but probably not
For
enough.
that?
She made money?
Well, I'm talking about the dance, like the dance itself for the gentleman who wanted to.
Don't you think she was making
Well,
it
she
up?
made $100. I
She
mean,
was-
God bless, but
She was making it up for the song.
I thought you were talking about she made money off that TikTok.
No, I doubt that. Especially if she deleted it. Now anything that she had with it was useless.
Who was the artist again?
That's Linda. You may know her. You may know her and her beehole, but
But that name came about after the song.
I don't know her name personally. I remember we played that. Iggy said, "What is she, 40?" And I was like, "No, she's probably like 22."
Heck of a talent.
Yeah, I think she's a star. She's cute too.
I agree. Let's get her on Balloon Party.
Bump Kerber.
Yeah, she'll be on instead of Kerber today. You can text in 314-881-TMA5. Use the TMA STL app to communicate with the program. You can listen to the program. You can watch the show just via your app. Everything is there. Download the TMA STL app, and then you can send a message to be read on the show. Couldn't be any easier. You can send a message for QFTA. Anything is welcome. What's your greatest TMA conspiracy theory? We'll read it.
Yeah.
they're out there. Use the app, TMA STL. Let's see what else we got going on here. We got the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today coming up at 9:45. And I guess we will have the Munganess Daily Fantasy Sports Showdown, but maybe we won't because Iggy's probably asleep and hasn't been able to do the research for his roster.
Yeah, I mean, if we didn't do it, it would be a guaranteed
So maybe we could.
no
I
loss.
doubt they tee off. That's right.
So what's it? The WGC match play?
Yeah, Austin match play.
They tee off
Be
here.
lethal on that.
Oh man, I should have done this earlier. I don't know what time they tee off actually.
Yeah,
Apologies.
Gosh. Don't do that to kill time.
Tick 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 tick. I don't know.
Well, I'll talk about Maggie O'Brien's because people are going to pony up there anytime, and they should. 40 years they have been in business right there on Market Street. Union Station is next to them. The great Eddie McVeigh and Maggie O'Brien's, host of the TMA pre-party for the Dotem. Last year, the Lemmings Open, and we'll be back there again. Love partnering with the great people at Maggie O'Brien's in Sunset Hills in downtown St. Louis, the place to go before a Dogs game, before a Blues game, before a Battlehawks game, and starting next Thursday before a Cardinal game. It's Maggie O'Brien's. You know what you're going to get. It's locally owned. It's an Irish pub. It's friendly. It's great food. And that downtown location had huge renovations, so it looks brand new because it is. It's Maggie O'Brien's, a wonderful sponsor of the Ryan Kelly Morning After. Jackson, was that enough vamping for you?
Yeah, they tee off. The first tee time is this morning at 9:20
No.
a.m.
Tomorrow
get to
morning.
it.
Isn't it tomorrow morning?
I'm just reading. No, I'm seeing round 2. Where's round 1?
I wouldn't know.
What is going on? Because that means I
Yeah,
gotta build
no,
the
it's tomorrow. Thursday.
When is it?
Thursday.
All right, Thursday.
Tees off 9:20 on Thursday. So maybe
I'm going to 3-bet you here. Now, Doug, just so you know, I'm holding 6-3 offsuit. I really
Oh, yeah?
have nothing. Could I hit a 4-5? Sure, but I mean it's
Possible.
not really likely. Could I hit trips, 6s, 3s? But I'm gonna 3-bet Jackson here. I believe this event tees off tomorrow. Jackson, you want to come back at me?
So I'm reading this here, and I'm seeing that it says the tournament gets underway on Thursday, but you can catch the group action on Wednesday, Thursday, and Fridays.
Ooh, hot group action.
So I don't get why. And then it says the list of
Thank you,
tee
Bob.
times for round 2 on Thursday. So when the hell is round 1? Is that
Probably tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Okay. So
Probably tomorrow.
So that's why it confused me. It says the tournament gets underway on Thursday, but then there's group action on Wednesday. I can't follow any of this.
Larry Nichols on the line. I know he's covering this event down in Austin. Larry, when does this event get underway?
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
That's
he
correct.
said.
There it is. He is right.
Damn it, Larry.
Doug, the WWE in St. Louis last night. You took the family. What was your favorite part?
Didn't go. Didn't even know it was there until I saw somebody post a picture later in the evening.
I didn't know either.
Larry, were you able to go?
No,
Oh gosh, why not?
because I didn't have a ticket.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, what happened during the presentation of note, if anything?
Of course, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens on their crusade to take down the Bloodline. Well, at WrestleMania, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens will be challenging for the undisputed tag titles against the Usos.
Okay, that sounds important.
And of course, Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns faced off again. Not fisticuffs fighting, but face to face.
Nice.
And toward the end, Solo Sikoa was going to beat up Cody Rhodes, but the tribal chief, Roman Reigns, stopped Solo, so they just left the ring and left it at that as a cliffhanger.
Oh, they have a big crowd down there last night. They sell out for that stuff.
They said there was over 15,000 in attendance at the Enterprise Center.
Really, that's incredible. Incredible. I guess sucker born every moment.
Larry, I just received a text message here. It says, official WWE release, John Cena will not be wrestling at WrestleMania for the safety of Bulldog Bob Brown's love child he is carrying in his butt.
Oh.
That comes from Injun Joe's Cave Ride Magic Man. Your response?
My response is don't read anything from that guy ever again.
I remember
Nice.
Bulldog Bob Brown from I guess that was the 60s, and he'd be on Wrestling at the Chase. And if the fans would go, ay, 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 it would drive him crazy. He'd have to hold his ears, and he'd roll around on the ring. So everyone would go, ay, 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 ay. It drove him nuts.
So, Doug, if you saw him wrestling in the 1960s, then he would have to be too old to be carrying a child in his butt, correct?
You would think he'd be an old man if he's still around at all.
Bulldog Bob
Yeah.
Brown.
Yeah. Bulldog Bob.
So, Larry, what part about Injun Joe's Cave Ride Magic Man's text did you disagree with? Because if Bulldog Bob Brown is indeed carrying a child in his butt, I feel like that's something that we should talk about.
I don't want to talk about anything about Bulldog Bob Brown's butt.
No.
Unfortunately, he's been
anything
dead
else.
for 26 years.
Yeah, he'd be.
So that makes this an even bigger story.
Yeah, this is huge. Credit this.
But why would that guy that texted in say anything about Bulldog Bob Brown's butt?
I don't know.
Mind if you lay your love on my butt?
Okay,
You
Iggy.
can.
So it was a big night in town.
Yes.
Big
It's
night,
always a
big crowd.
night.
Yeah.
It's always a big night when WWE comes to St. Louis.
I guess. Now, from here, do they go to the small towns around here for a few nights? Columbia or Cape Girardeau around? Is that how that works?
That's what I'm guessing, but next week they will be in Phoenix, Arizona.
Oh. Okay.
He named it Linda.
They're advertising in the road to WrestleMania.
Oh. When is WrestleMania? Is that coming up soon?
Yeah, on April 1st and 2nd.
No, very soon then. Okay. Have you ever been to one of those?
Yeah, last year.
Oh, great. Great. Was that any different than any of the other nights? Did it feel any different, really?
No, because that was my first ever WrestleMania.
Oh, exciting times, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we are living in exciting times. That leads me to this question. What are the top 5 countries in the world?
Okay, top 5 countries. Number 5 will be Central America.
Damn.
Doug, if
That's a region.
they have some kind of
Isn't that a
regionalization, country, sovereign nation plan that I was not
Yeah.
aware of. No,
Several
things are
countries.
changing by the moment these days.
You got to pick one, Larry.
Central America.
I know.
That's sick.
But this is my top 5,
Yeah, it's true.
Okay.
and if I want to go that way, I'll go that way.
Okay, and you just did.
Central America.
Weather's nice anyway down there.
Number 4 will be Brazil.
Okay.
Number 3 will be Italy. Number 2, Canada. Number 1, United States of America.
Okay, nice.
Yes!
Nice list.
Good to beat out Central America.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a nice win. Knock off Central America.
Half those
Larry,
people
God
live
bless
here
you,
now.
and God bless these United States of America.
Yeah, God bless America.
Well, all right, Nixie.
There's Larry Nickel. Plowhawk, I see you just sent out a tweet. What do we have going on here?
Ah.
Anytime I see Eli Drinkwitz smoking a cigar in my Twitter feed, I immediately stop what I'm doing and read.
Yeah, just getting a little Twitter battle. I don't get the hub with what does it matter who is the quote-unquote soccer capital. I find this to be soccer guy argument at its absolute peak.
Well, what is the I don't know what is the backstory?
Apparently, Sporting KC or the backing group of Sporting KC is suing a St. Louis soccer-based podcast called what is it exactly? A Soccer Capital podcast is what it's called, and it's basically a St. Louis podcast, basically saying St. Louis is the soccer capital of the world. And apparently, Sporting KC already has trademark with that. I don't know exactly the full story, but I believe that's the rough version of it. Is the podcast is being sued to change the name, and St. Louis FC fans are just up in arms.
Are they?
Those probably who had no idea this podcast existed 2 days ago
I'm sure.
are now making it a priority to call out Kansas City and Sporting KC for the lawsuit of a podcast, one, they've never downloaded, they've never listened, and they will never support moving forward.
No.
It's hilarious.
And so you were on the side of Kansas City or St. Louis?
I'm on the side of who cares. What does it even matter? We're not a soccer capital. We have a rich history. We were the 29th team to add to the MLS. You're talking Portland, Colorado, Chicago, Kansas City. All got teams before, quote-unquote, the soccer capital. Now, you can chalk it up and blame it to, local government, do your thing, but you can't be called the soccer capital and be an expansion team 15, 20 years after this league existed.
This take is getting hotter the longer you go.
So, one, no one should care what the soccer capital is because there isn't a barometer. Like, you're not going to get a flag up in the arch saying soccer capital of the world. So let's just, who cares?
I don't know what we've done to make that claim.
We are the
Now, there was a
29th
time-
team in the MLS. We are not the soccer capital.
Top
We're
of the
just
table.
soccer.
Now, if you go back to like 1950, when much of the World Cup team was guys from St. Louis, and St. Louis probably was the soccer capital at that point, but I don't know what we've done since then to lay claim to that title.
Nothing, Doug.
Steamers had a nice run, and the Ambush won a championship.
We can't just enjoy the MLS and what we're doing to build a soccer brand here. We can't have nice things. We have to ruin it by acting just like ass clowns. Because we're better soccer fans than the entire world.
Getting a lot of texts on the topic. People not happy with the Plowhawk.
Bring it, man. This is a day to where you just... I'm greasing you up, man. Bring it.
Oh.
I'm here. I'm right here. You know where we're at.
You're not going anywhere, are
I
you?
ain't going to let you in the door, but you can pick it outside.
Plowsy, the SC in the city name literally stands for soccer capital.
Think about that.
I didn't know that. I really didn't know that.
I thought it was soccer club.
That's what I should
That's what I
be.
thought.
It stands for soccer capital?
St. Louis City Soccer Capital. Yep.
Imagine looking
Is
at...
that right, Jackson? Is that correct?
You don't know. You're just
That's
guessing.
not.
It's
soc-
soccer club.
It's soccer club.
But
right?
it might as well be soccer capital. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay. I was hoping they were
Now,
joking.
so as Plowhawk was talking, I read there's a demand letter that a Kansas City law firm sent to this podcast saying that they trademarked soccer capital for Sporting Kansas City.
Correct.
And so they sent a demand letter. They haven't filed a lawsuit, but they sent a demand letter. And so therefore, this podcast, which was known as Soccer Capital, St. Louis-based podcast, has changed its name to River City Ramble. Now, Doug, I have and people turn to us for stock tips. We're also a swingers bulletin board.
I would think
and
so.
we've recently got into studying the law. And also what we're getting into nuclear what?
Fusion.
Fusion.
Yeah.
Nuclear fusion.
Yeah.
Okay, so this
Joining atoms
podcast is kind
together.
of diversifying its interests. My thought on it is somebody who has trademarked things, I'm surprised that Sporting Kansas City was able to get soccer capital, something that's rather generic, trademarked. That is...
Well, didn't
That's
Pat
really
Riley get
surprising.
three-peat trademarked?
He did. He did indeed.
Yeah,
He
I
did
guess
indeed.
you can have a common phrase trademarked.
So I'm surprised by that, but okay. So if indeed that is the case, which is what their legal counsel is representing in their demand letter to the podcast in St. Louis, formerly known as Soccer Capital, now known as River City Ramble, then it's trademarked, and that's just it. Whether one agrees with it or not, then that's the case. But taking a step back, I'm just surprised that something as generic as Soccer Capital was able to actually get a trademark. That really surprises me. So there is my official legal position, which I know a lot of lawyers around town listen to this show to get their information. It's like reading a Supreme Court ruling.
I would think so. Yeah.
But it just doesn't make any sense to get so, like...
Bent out of shape.
Yeah, I think what we're doing here is tremendous. Like, you can't ask for a better first 4 games and start in a beautiful, like, stadium. Like, it's all coming together. And I love that. What I hate is this. Like, all the fans that are just so pretentious. Like, stop. We're not the soccer capital. We have a rich history. We're doing phenomenal in the MLS. We have a bunch of guys that are playing overseas. We have our stamp on this.
Well, what is the soccer capital?
There shouldn't be one because it's who's gonna decide that? Pele,
Pele gets to decide.
He unfortunately passed away.
Yeah,
this year.
as I said that, I was like, rest in peace. But who's deciding where the soccer capital is?
Producer Joe.
That's correct.
Well, who's the best all-time soccer player for the United States?
Clint Dempsey. Yeah, Clint Dempsey.
I would say Don Ebert. Doug, he had a hell of a run with the
Daryl
Steamers,
Duran
and he had
also.
a hell of a beard. At the unveiling, they said SC stood for soccer capital. That's from Larry Thornton. That's a man who puts his name on his text. I know Larry Thornton, and I know Larry Thornton loves America, and he loves St. Louis, Jack.
But knowing the owners of our group, they would know that there's a trademark issue, right? Like, if this name came out, then wouldn't Sporting KC at the jump be like, hey, we actually trademarked? Why would they go after a podcast not even in the top 250? Like, I don't get what. Like, why didn't they send a letter to Carol and Kindle or that?
Because they're not affiliated with it. The podcast.
No, but I meant like if the name, if SC means soccer capital.
You're getting the rug pulled over your head, bro. This is not what it stands for.
Bro, Larry Thornton, I trust him. He tripled down.
It means soccer club.
Couldn't it stand for whatever you want it to stand for?
I guess so.
No, it stands for soccer club.
Then why?
Let me text Seaback real quick and find out.
That will be. I can't wait to see his reaction to that one.
By the way, Seaback texts me more often. He goes, "What is the deal with this Joe Parisi thing with Iggy on your show?" Let me see what we got here.
That's hilarious.
I'll go to somebody. Doug, he is the chief experience officer of the dog.
I don't like the title.
He's a great guy.
Sounds like a big job.
By the way, Jackson, did you hear the audio on opening drive on 101 ESPN in which one of the players said he likes the name
Oh
Dog?
yeah, Rock was telling me about that. Rock was saying he was going to cut that clip for me. I'll find it.
I think somebody either emailed it or tweeted it to us. So
Yeah.
I heard it yesterday. I was driving along and played it.
He said he likes being called the dog.
Say he likes the
Yeah,
dogs
how about that?
Because they got that
but
dog
doesn't
in
like
them.
the name Santa Claus for Klaus
I get that.
and Knuckles. So he's on board with the doggies. Defense, doggies, defense. Defense, doggies, defense. But he is not on board with the name Santa.
But I will say this: I saw the picture of the guy with the ravioli head in the stands. You see that? Where he had a giant
Don't
piece of
finish
ravioli
this
over his head.
sentence. Yeah.
I thought it looked kind of neat. I mean, the team could be the dogs, and some of your fans could be ravioli boys. That'd be okay, wouldn't it?
Dude,
Douglas, you're the great compromiser. That's who you are.
Well,
I'm
it looks kind of fun.
I
fun
guess
thing.
I would be fine with that. Yeah, they look weird.
But the Packers have the cheese heads. It doesn't mean the Packers aren't still the Packers.
Yeah, but
It's
maybe
different with soccer because they have Packers is the mascot of the team. St. Louis City SC doesn't have a technical mascot.
Dogs.
Dogs, it is. That's what I say.
Good morning. SC stands for stupid conversation. Next topic.
Oh.
Big segment for Plowstoner. That's from Mr. 63011. He has that very fast golf cart.
I don't know. I don't know why it's such a big deal, and I just want to embrace what we are building here in St. Louis and not focus on other teams and what they're doing. And
We need rivals, though. Kansas City's a perfect soccer rival for us. Plus,
I got to
they're
tell you
terrible.
something. Here's an observation. This is more of a Doug. You like a macro observation?
I love good macro observations.
Okay. I have observed in the last 25 years, somehow St. Louis has gone from the big brother to the little brother with Kansas City, and it's a little embarrassing.
Yeah.
That's all I have for my take,
Yeah.
but I've noticed it, and
It
it's
feels
kind
like
of
it.
sad. Do you notice that, Doug?
Yeah, Kansas City's got more
Yeah.
going on than we do.
Well,
now.
yeah, we can feel it slipping away. That's why we're so aggressive. We can feel the power shift changing. They have the Chiefs winning Super Bowls. We have the Rams going to LA.
Right.
They're building new stadiums.
Royals have won
We're
a World
losing
Series.
money.
Royals
Like
have
literally
won a-
losing money.
Yeah.
You can't find it.
Royals have won a World Series since the Cardinals have. They got Kansas, University of Kansas, right in their backyard there, winning national championship.
Their barbecue.
UMKC beat Missouri.
Yeah, they got a
Oh,
downtown
God,
area
man.
that's
Not talking
thriving.
about
Larry Thornton has just sent in a screenshot. This is from Fox2Now.com. The name is also intended to represent the St. Louis region's rich history of soccer. Some of the earliest origins of the game date back to the late 19th century, and leading some enthusiasts to dub it as the first soccer capital of America, according to a report from the Marquette Messenger.
Oh,
Okay, for one,
Shaka
so many
Smart.
layers to that. Marquette Messenger for one. Who writes for that?
why
is that the
soccer-
Marquette
why-
High School newspaper?
I'll tell you who writes for the Marquette Messenger, Doug. Dwayne Wade writes for the Marquette Messenger.
Anyone who played at Marquette. Jimmy Butler is the editor-in-chief.
You talk about Tommy Creed.
Why is soccer the only sport that needs a capital? We don't say capital of baseball.
Doug, have
capital
you talked to
football.
diehard soccer fans? If you have 5 minutes of conversation with, you understand why. Because they need something to cling on to.
Oh. These
Oh
They
my
can't
God.
just enjoy the game.
Tim, if you look, the total package has sent in a screenshot here. And it says SC has a double meaning standing for both soccer club and soccer capital. It's our name, it's our history.
Okay.
And
There you go.
It looks to
So
be,
now we're gonna have litigation between the two franchises. That would be wonderful.
Jeez. I'm almost positive. I was positive it meant
Oh,
soccer.
Seebeck just texted me. He says it stands for both.
Okay, I was wrong.
So, Plowhawk, now that we've gotten that from the chief experience officer of the Doggies, your thoughts?
Well, I then where can Sporting KC take the lawsuit? Can they take it to the team? Or can
I got to tell you, that going after a podcast,
I don't get it.
You could certainly say that's rather petty. I mean, if it were, and this isn't a disrespect to them, hell, it could be our shows, but I mean, I'm talking about like a Joe Rogan, Barstool, Pat McAfee, whatever, a podcast that has a global following. So TMA I would put in the same category as what was called Soccer Capital. Because it's, relatively speaking, local. So I want to make sure I'm not sitting here trying to trace privates. But if you have the two franchises, one saying we're soccer capital, another saying we're soccer capital, then if I were Sporting KC, I would focus on that more than the podcast. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, then you could put more focus on.
Maybe they're not aware that the SC stands for soccer capital. I didn't know it until just now.
Yeah, I was gung ho on it all being soccer club, which I think if you look it is what it means, but then the double meaning of it being also soccer capital, which is nice.
What if there's a team that's called FC and they say they're football capital?
There you go. That would actually be a
litigation.
Differentiate. Yeah. Boy, now my head's in a blender at the moment.
I'm almost crestfallen.
Can't we just all get along? The thing is, none of it really matters.
Thank you, Doug.
Just
That was
what
my
people are
original
telling
point.
themselves.
That was my original point. I don't know why. I mean, it was everywhere on my Twitter feed. That's why I had to respond eventually to somebody because, it is
Really?
They
Well,
are
we have
really,
different Twitter feeds.
Oh yeah, our algorithms are a little different, Tim.
Don't you think there's cities, there's NFL cities that fashion themselves as the best fans in football, like Pittsburgh and Denver and Green Bay, where you can't get a ticket?
Yeah, but they don't have fans openly going, we're the best fans, and here's why, and we have this trademark because we're the football, capital of America. For the life of me, I don't understand why people. If this isn't the soccer capital of the United States, guess what? It's gonna move on. We're just fine. Life goes on. Who cares?
Soccer doesn't really have a capital.
Kansas City, I know, is not the soccer capital.
No.
We know that. That can't be. But maybe St. Louis isn't either. So let's pump
Do
the
we
brakes.
even need a capital for the sport?
We had Colorado Rapids and then Portland Timber joined the MLF before St. Louis. You're talking two teams with no real soccer tradition or history get into a league before St. Louis and were considered the capital?
We didn't have a stadium before.
Nah. But hey.
We didn't have a stadium for them to
Try.
play.
Like that, nah.
But,
Guys, we are the HD2 radio capital of the
Thank you.
United States. Thanks, that's from the Birthday Hawk.
And I think we should embrace that because we embrace it.
well, we do.
HD2C.
Absolutely.
That's our TMA HD2C.
That's right, HD2 Capital.
Yep. And club.
Yep,
Double
take
meaning.
that. Doug, we have planted our flag on HD2.
Yeah.
Yep. Come and get us.
When I'm down here and people go, what do you do for a living? I just do a show on ESPN affiliate in St. Louis. I don't even bother to try to explain.
No, yeah,
You
it takes
should-
too long.
You should see the face after you have to give them an instruction manual on how to actually find that.
Just give me the keys to your car, and I'll try to find it for you.
Where's your car? Let me present it for you. Right
Because you say 1057, they're like, oh, the point. You're like, well, the
Not
HD2.
really, yeah.
You go to the back
Right,
seat.
that's correct.
And they're like, oh, so you're not.
We're minor leaguers.
That's right. How about this email I received? This was sent via the TMA STL app. Comes from Rob, just a listener and a big old fan. He says this. Hey, Tim, several months ago, I switched to State Farm right out of the gate. Bob at James Carlton's office dropped my rate over 50%.
Oh.
Why the hell didn't I do this sooner? This past weekend, I had one of my windows smashed in. I called James Carlton's office, and in about 5 minutes, Stephanie had me on the phone with the window repair shop telling me to bring my car in first thing tomorrow morning. They installed the new window, and I was out of there before 10 a.m. without spending a dime. They didn't ask me any questions. They didn't discuss anything about my rates. They simply took care of the issue all rat-a-tat-tat-like. James Carlton now holds the #1 spot on my list of hottest guys in St. Louis. Wow.
Nice.
Feel free to share. Thanks for the show and the connection to these great sponsors. That's from Rob, just a listener and a big old fan. Doug, you like that, a big old fan?
I'm just a fan. I'm just a big old guy. And a fan just like you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like
there
that.
it is. James Carlton's number, so you can switch, just like Rob, who's a big old fan. 314-961-4800. Go online at carltoninsurance.net and work with the great James Carlton. If your insurance costs a leg and an arm, call James Carlton. State Farm. Guys, we should all focus on becoming the swinger capital of the world. That's from the Swing Haven board member.
I thought that was Shaker Heights, Ohio.
Yeah,
that's right. I thought we talked
Still
about that
is.
yesterday.
Hasn't been proven wrong.
Yeah. So I guess we'll have to take it.
hotbed.
We'll have to take it from Shaker Heights, Swinger Heights, more like it, right?
Yeah, it's a
Swinger Heights.
It's a honey
Ohio.
hole, Doug.
Oh, it sure is.
It's a honey hole.
Yeah, but that would be great if we became the swinging capital of the U.S.
Oh, that I would definitely.
We
put a
are the
flag up.
chlamydia capital, right? We're #1
That
in
is correct.
chlamydia.
I thought we cleared that up. I don't think we're leading that.
Oh, I think we're still right near the top of the rankings.
No.
We were for a long time, I know.
I haven't got
Which is nice. Nice to be known for something.
Well, we're the soccer capital.
Soccer
and best
and
fans
swinging.
in baseball.
That's what the SC stands for, swinging capital.
That's what it
Swinging
is.
capital.
Who knew? Was that mentioned at the press conference as well? That would have been a hell of a press conference.
Boy, if
Seebeck said when I asked him, does SC stand for Soccer Club or Soccer Capital? He wrote back both, and now he just texted me, you may want to ask Joe Parisi, though. So,
Dude, I love
so
that.
that allows it. So now we have a way to follow.
What a great, that's hilarious. Good for him to play ball with that. Because it was funny, because I was there when Iggy called him Joe, and Matt was nice enough to just brush that off and super supportive.
Yeah. He's mistaken him a couple times for Joe Parisi.
Twice online. And so when
Yeah.
Joe Parisi wished me a happy birthday, I said, thanks, Matt Seebeck. Just an ode to the tradition.
He wants
we
that
have
kit, man. He wants that jersey.
He does want that pink and yellow. Send your emails in, Design Air Heating and Cooling, the morning after at InsideSTL.com. It's time to close out the Munganess 7 o'clock hour because it is 8:32 in St. Louis. This is the Ryan Kelly Morning After from the Michelob Ultra Studios.
Hey, if you like the morning after, check out Balloon Party on 101 ESPN. HD1, by the way. It's sports talk with Tim McKernan and Action Jackson from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. each weekday, right after the morning after. It's the worst named show in the history of radio, but the content's pretty good, so check it out on 101 ESPN or get the podcast on the TMA app. Urban Dictionary defines thirsty as purposely, knowingly, and recklessly attempting to gain fame to boost self-esteem. So, are you thirsty? Well, TMA has you covered. Become a part of the 2023 TMA Listener of the Month Club. You nominate yourself for a monthly award. And if you win, you get recognition and stuff to help you satisfy that insatiable thirst. We're talking January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, etc. Go to TMASTL.com or the TMA app. Give us your name, a photo, and other pertinent information. Tell us why you deserve to be TMA Listener of the Month. And if you don't want to use your real name or photo, we don't really care. The TMA Listener of the Month. Get recognized just for being you, or fake you, or whatever. Quenched by Milagro Tequila. Welcome to the brighter side of tequila with Milagro. In the morning after on KPNT HD2.
Hey, it's Jackson for Rosalita's. TMA listeners know that's always a great time to gather at Rosalita's. Why not start off with a happy hour Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 p.m.? Enjoy happy hour specials including $3 off of appetizers like the wildly popular Carne con Cerveza, marinated steak cooked to order and served on a sizzling skillet. The patio is heated and covered, plus Rosalita's offers live music on Thursdays and mariachi every weekend. Check out rosalitascantina.com or visit the downtown or DePere location today. Time to get your fiesta on at Rosalita's.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan of TMA, and we are thrilled to have another new sponsor on board the show. A couple of guys I have gotten to know. Longo Biggs Injury Law. Doug Biggs and C.D. Longo here with me. And C.D., one of the things that I want our audience to know is this. When people get injured in an accident, they don't necessarily know what to do, and that's where you guys come into play.
Yeah. Tim, it can be a very confusing process. If you get hurt in a car accident or injured some other way, people do not know what to do. They don't even know how to start a claim. We're going to take the hassle out of your hands and make the entire process very easy. Injury cases are potentially worth a lot of money. We're going to make sure you get every dollar you deserve. We're very excited to be part of the TMA family. We're hoping to have a lot of fun with this. If you or a loved one do get injured, please remember us at Longo Biggs Injury Law. You can visit our website at longobiggs.com, and that is Biggs with 2 G's.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Doug Vaughn here alongside Ryan Kelly, the home loan expert. Ryan, inflation very high. Interest rates are high. It's a tough market out there, and yet you're finding a way to help people pay off some of those high-interest credit cards.
Absolutely. You know, one of our most popular loan programs is a cash-out refinance, and that's where you're able to tap into your equity and pull that cash out to help get caught up on bills, pay off debts, credit cards, make home improvements, whatever you like. Let me give you a good example. Let's say that right now your house would appraise for $400,000, and you owe $300,000. That means you have $100,000 in equity right now. And with that cash out refinance, we go in and replace your current loan with a new loan, and we pull that equity and give it to you at closing. In fact, our average client last year received over $54,000 at closing with a simple cash out refi. How much can you get? What would you do with that money? Would it change your life? Well, let's find out now. Got questions? Ready to get pre-approved? Visit thehomeloanexpert.com.
Okay.
Hot takes.
Yeah.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
And now the Pepperoncini Show with Darren Atkins and Ken Stroh. All right, take it, fellas.
There it is. That's the open.
Pepperoncini.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
We don't know what it is. We don't understand the name. We just know it's stupid. And it's available every weekday, featuring Iggy and the Plowboy. Apparently it's some kind of a podcast or something. Available at TMASTL.com and on the TMASTL mobile app. Whatever.
Driving the ball 300 yards is cool and impresses your buddies, but scoring amounts to getting the ball in the hole. Thus, the best way to lower your scores is to improve your short game. If you want a golf green that putts true and gives you real grass performance when practicing chips, pitches, and bunker shots, the only company to call is Clubhouse Turf, St. Louis's exclusive partner of Celebrity Greens. Each Clubhouse Turf signature green is unique in design and can create your own backyard golf experience that your family and friends will enjoy for years to come. Call Clubhouse Turf today at 314-802-6229 or visit them online at clubhouseturf.com.
You're hearing TMA all day on KPNT HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis, featuring the Ryan Kelly Morning After, live from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Then a full show replay from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., followed by the best of TMA from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m., and another same-day replay starting at 10 p.m. Find the full schedule at TMASTL.com. Brought to you by Ryan Kelly at thehomeloanexpert.com, the most efficient mortgage process you'll ever experience.
I mean, what the hell is going on?
The Ryan Kelly Morning After.
KPNT FM HD2.
Collinsville, St. Louis.
It's cold this morning, and I just wanna stay inside and sleep. My kids kept me up late last night. Damn kids.
Perfect.
As the sun rays come in, here comes that hand as it grabs a hold of me and snatches me up out of my tree stump. Damn people.
That guy sounds like T. Diddy.
Diddy.
Kind of sounds like T. Diddy.
What are they looking for? They're asking me where's my shadow. Groundhog, I'm a groundhog. I'm not a damn outroker. I don't know the difference between winter or
Yes. Doug, I went to get a banana.
Did you?
Ooh. So I'm gonna wait until, let's see, what time is it? It's 8:38. It's the appliance discounters 8 o'clock hour here on the Ryan Kelly Morning After. And at 8:40, if you go to youtube.com/TMASTL or you go on the TMASTL app, you can watch me mouthify this banana.
No.
What's wrong with that, bro?
Well,
We're
I'm
driving
going to
traffic.
pass on that. I'm going to pass.
Plowhawk will watch it.
Yeah, we did. Changing Station did that, but it's hard because we didn't have YouTube, so you just had to hear us deep throat a banana and act, and kind of we give you the idea of did we go halfway, 60% of the banana.
It's like doing play-by-play.
Yeah.
I never wa-
Deke was in that day.
Change
Totem?
station.
Yeah.
Changing
He's been in here?
11 to midnight. No,
It
this
was
is
11
way
to
back.
on Fridays. It was 11 to midnight.
Dodom's been in Hubbard though.
Yeah,
Yes.
he did a pepper
For
and
what
genie.
reason?
He did a PNG.
Oh.
Sitting exactly where I'm sitting right now.
Yeah.
Or maybe
He's been
sitting down.
suspended.
There's a
indefinitely.
clamoring for him to appear on Balloon Party. They would love him on Balloon Party.
Oh my God, that would be incredible.
Bill,
The
my
vilest of the wild.
We ought to actually do that.
We did play Mike.
The problem is I would start giggling. We need somebody who can stay in character, so to speak, to have that and do a straight interview with Dotem and just give the people what they want. You can give us what we want, and that is texting in 314-881-TMA5. Engineer Design Facilities text inbox or email in for our design, air, heating, and cooling email today, the morning after, at InsideSTL.com. We're covering litigation on this program this morning. Plowhawk, have you got any responses to your tweet?
Yeah, they're not happy.
Why not?
I mean, that soccer guy, man. I opened up my Twitter and there's 15 replies. I don't know.
Oh, is that right?
They
I
went-
guess I got to go see what's
they went
doing.
hard
It's
in the
always
paint.
great when you tweet it out like less than half an hour ago, and there's like 6 or 7 responses
Yeah.
and like 2 likes.
What if we're not the soccer capital?
Don't
What
tell
then?
them that. Don't.
I mean, can we continue to
can't.
function? Can we go to the games and root for
Just
the
real
team?
quick, it's 8:40, so it's time for me to do my thing.
Nice.
Ooh, nice.
Oh wow, that's not a huge one, but you don't want to choke.
Let's see. What's it matter? You really as becoming a miserable middle-aged man. Boy, you're 33, 34. That's not middle age, is it, Doug?
Not yet. I wouldn't.
I
think.
do eat dinner at 5 and get in bed by 8:30 and turn on my electric blanket. So I guess
Actually, it-
technically I live like a middle-aged,
Actually, it is about middle age.
correct
It really
in terms of
is.
the. I get you. Yeah.
You're 35. You're halfway to 70, and life expectancy is what, mid 70s?
Yeah, so he's accurate on that. I mean, I'm not miserable. I just, after about 50 replies of people going, we're the soccer capital. This is ridiculous. Like, I had to say something. Like, this is insane. It doesn't matter. We have great turnout. We're having a great year. We have a great team and a beautiful stadium. Just shut up and enjoy it.
Shut up, and you're not middle age. These people who are 65 and think they're middle aged think you gonna live to 130 there, Homer?
My second win.
Doug, red alert. Red alert. We got landscaping on the scene. We got
here they
landscaping
come.
on the scene. We haven't had leaf blowers this year, but I hear landscaping.
Sounds like you're at a
You hear it?
Simeon demo.
Yeah.
We hear it, definitely.
They're doing some edging.
I'm doing some edging while I
Right.
mouthify this banana, but I noticed this guy is bundled up if he appears on YouTube like he's Nanook. I mean, it's gotta be 70 degrees, but for people who live down
it's
here,
crazy.
70 degrees. They are bundled up like it is 10 degrees. Plowhawk, this gentleman's name is PTB Collectibles, who's arguing with you.
I've seen him in your replies before.
Yeah, he's been okay. He hasn't been too banty. But I think this probably put him over the edge. But it's fine. I mean, everybody has their own takes, and this is my take. I just think we should enjoy what we have and stop acting like we need to be the best fan base in the world in every sport and just, show out and show up and have fun. This is
James
supposed to be
Phillips
fun.
says to the Plowhawk, it doesn't have something to do with MLS not wanting to move here until the Rams were gone. The guy in Florida probably knows.
Nice.
More droppy, less tweety, go Dogs.
Well, we literally did
St.
not. Have
Louisans are offended that I have decided to go to Florida. I'd like to apologize for that.
we didn't have a
I'm
stadium.
going to go back to filleting this banana in my apology.
Over under 4.5 bites.
Well, I'm already at 3, but I can put this thing down with one more, as you know.
Oh, the under's gonna smack.
Busch Stadium was not available often enough all summer long. You can't. I mean, they have hosted soccer games, and it makes for a nice soccer field, but you can't. The Cardinals are going to be there too much to take the soccer field
Yeah.
on and off all the time.
Bump 'em.
They don't want to play in artificial turf in the dome.
That's true.
And the Billiken Soccer Stadium isn't big enough. They had no place to play here.
But you can't build a stadium and hope that the MLF goes, okay, now we'll go there. We're not a
Saw
city.
that happen with the Rams.
Yeah, we're not a city with that much money to where we can just, okay, yeah, let's. Could you imagine having the public pass a stadium with a team that doesn't even exist just yet?
Well, I think
that's
they had to-
Well, it happened about 30 years ago.
That's why the team isn't here.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why would they repeat? Why would they do that again? Why would they build a stadium and cater to a league? The MLS is certainly not the NFL. I get it in terms of money, in terms of backstabbing. I'm not comparing that. But why in any league would you want to go, okay, we're going to build a stadium first and hope they come crawling to us?
Well, they had to
that's
prove they
dumb.
were going to build a stadium to get a team, though.
It proved funding, right?
Yeah, they had to say, here's our stadium plan. We will have a stadium if you give us a team.
Okay, but who's passing that bill? It's got to be publicly. I mean, no public is going
Well,
to pass
I think
that.
the Taylors paid for most of it, didn't they?
So there's no vote or anything. It's just the Taylor can. I guess if they wanted to, I don't know if they were in.
I think it's Taylors and Kavanaugh, and they put a group together that built it. I don't think public money built that soccer
thing is
stadium.
rolling,
I could be wrong, but I don't think so. My God, what is this guy turning back there?
I had a feeling it was getting louder.
That dude is doing
I don't know. I just
work.
see Doug. He's trimming around the garage area. I assume he's going to be back in the backyard here.
You got a lot of sawgrass?
What's that?
It sounds like he's cutting down the sawgrass.
Yeah, I don't know what we got going on here. There it is. It's a vibrator. Anna Marie did tell me, because I said, I think I'm just going to do the show from the house tomorrow. And she goes, oh, tomorrow the landscaper's coming. I go, God. But it'll make us harken back to 2021 when the damn leaf blowers were in the show every day.
Mm-hmm.
You would have thought it was fall in Wisconsin with how many leaf blowers.
I have no idea what the deal with that leaf blower thing. Well, if this is too bad, Doug, we can pop me down for a time. But in the meantime, I'll keep reading Plowhawk's replies, and I'll tell the people about Longo Biggs, a sponsor here on the Ryan Kelly Morning After. That is CD, and that is Doug, and that is Longo Biggs. New sponsors on TMA, and we also are always happy to have new people join the radio program and experience the magic that is ROI. When you are injured, it is a confusing process. They'll take the hassle out of your hands at Longo Biggs. Just go to longobigs.com. They make the entire process easy for the client. These are local guys. They are in St. Louis. They grew up on the south side, and they will go to trial. In injury cases, justice gets paid in dollars. CD or Doug will be the lead attorney on your case. The giant out-of-state law firms don't care about their reputation in the community. At Longo Biggs, they do, because they are in the St. Louis community. They accept all personal injury cases, but focus on car accidents, trucking accidents, and catastrophic injuries. Go online at longobigs.com. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements. EDF, the sponsor of our text inbox. If you have visibility to your company or place of businesses, commercial fire alarm panel and system, email fire at edf-rg.com, and they'll have a technician come out and provide a free evaluation of your system and offer the most competitive contract pricing in the market. You can also check them out anytime at edf-rg.com, the official commercial fire alarm services and solutions provider of TMA. It's engineered, designed facilities, and EDF can handle all of your company's security and surveillance needs, from surveillance cameras to access and card readers to facial recognition software and everything in between. While the Plowhawk argues with people on the Twitter tweets about the soccer capital, sounds like Chris Long is convinced that St. Louis is the football capital of the United States. Doug, he was on his podcast, and he is talking about a return to St. Louis to play for the Battlehawks.
Really?
Yep, take a listen.
This podcast, this company's doing great and everything, but I think what we need to do is get you in a workout and then have you demand $20 million a year to come back to the NFL.
For sure. I might go to the Battlehawks.
It'd be great.
For $20K a year.
Yeah.
I really thought about it. I was
Plus
like,
that win bonus.
How would I do?
Over
You
to
give me 2
offensive
weeks,
line.
I give you 15 snaps. Now, my hamstring might explode, but if I'm healthy, I think I can still, work the hands. So
I think St. Louis would welcome you back for a game.
Yeah, but all the players on the Battlehawks would be like, who the is this guy and why? This is stupid.
Chris would be standing there. Was a fire over there, I swear.
Yeah,
10 years ago, there was a big fire.
Anyways, that's where Maurice Jones-Drew decleated me.
If you
There you go.
Did you hear the laugh right after the fire thing?
He's 37 now.
That was a toy. He's not coming back.
No, I know, but he probably could still play.
Oh, he would dominate that league,
100%.
too.
I don't know if he dominated at age 37, not having played for a couple of years.
And the offensive line play, probably the weakest. If the XFL
Love
did
the
have a weak
aspects.
link, I think the offensive refereeing has been really god awful too, though. But yeah, the offensive line have been rough for teams.
I would think you'd get out of football shape pretty quick, though, once you retire. It would go pretty
Usually
fast.
those guys lose weight super quick.
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
seeing Kyle
Yeah.
Turley after he retired. He came in the studio, and I'm like, holy crap, he dropped like 80 pounds. J.J. Watt's already lost a bunch of weight, and he only retired a couple months ago.
Grant Wistrom was unrecognizable a couple years after his playing days because he looked like a normal person.
Yeah, the offensive linemen and to an extent defensive linemen, like they really lose because they don't eat like they used to in the NFL, where they have to eat like 7,000 calories just to keep up.
I'd love that.
Plowhawk, you eat like an offensive lineman.
Oh, I would love
Sans the
that.
two-a-days.
Just 4 or 5 meals and snacks. That'd be the best. And get paid for it.
How do you think you'd hold up as an offensive lineman in the NFL?
I had one snap and I would die. Honestly, if you line me up against Aaron Donald, there's a 75% chance you would have to cart me off and throw a cover over me. I'm done.
Take the over.
You'd just
on
be
that.
body parts left on the ground.
Yard sale.
Can you imagine my body wouldn't even... First of all, I don't even know if I could move with the pads and helmet. I don't even know if I could actually get up to the line.
You'd be top heavy.
I just waddle like a penguin and just get stomped.
I'd love to see it.
It'd be fun if we wanted to get Chris Long in there and do an experiment. I would certainly go.
I wonder if he'd
one-on-one
be
with
on
him.
board.
We would all get stomped, by the way, not just you. All
Right,
of us would get
exactly.
stomped.
Put that heavy bag behind me and try to guard him or protect
The
him.
sled. You're on the back of the sled.
Pass block.
Guys, this is Twitter at its best. A radio producer currently on the air being put to task by a baseball card collector. Stay cute. That's from the 618.
I don't know if
a
I'm
baseball card collector you're arguing with, Plowhawk?
I'm not arguing. I haven't responded to anybody outside of that. But yes, I guess he is a card collector, and yes, I'm currently on air. So all that could be true.
Somebody did send the audio from, I guess it was Randy Character's show with Brooke and Kerry Davis. That was sent. Do you guys have that?
If you could send it to my Gmail,
Here,
my Hubbard mail.
It was sent via the app, but the gentleman only sent it to me, so I'll forward it to you boys. What do you want me to send to Plowhawk?
Gmail. I can play it from from my Gmail. My Hubbard email is currently out of commish, so I got to talk to Rutherford
All right.
today.
It has been sent.
Okay.
So, Doug, that confirms it, I guess. That means they're the Dogs now if the team is on board.
Who was this player that they were interviewing?
Nowinski.
Perfect.
Well, we know the team backwards and forwards.
Dirk Nowitzki.
Dirk Nowitzki's with the...
He sure is. Jake Nerwinski.
Jake Nerwinski.
Jake
Okay.
Nerwinski. Plowsy said it's around the 6-minute mark.
Yeah,
6 minutes,
Actually,
Plowsy.
got to download it to MP3.
Oh, for heaven's
Oh,
sakes.
mother of pearl, Doug,
you
mother
can
of
play it
pearl.
right from Gmail.
I already have it here.
Okay.
554. Okay.
Well, if I sent it to Mark Hanna, he'd have it ready. And you know why, Doug? Because he is the great communicator and the great dog drop player. 314-889-0503 or go online at evergreenstl.com. That's Mark Hanna, Evergreen Wealth Strategies. He presents Jeremy Rutherford every Wednesday here on the Ryan Kelly Morning After at 9 o'clock. And he is somebody that I recommend wholeheartedly. If you do not have a financial advisor, you need one. It is so important. And Mark Hanna would be a great one to choose. He is a first-class person who customizes his program specifically to the individual. It is not a one-size-fits-all, and he loves listening to people's stories and what their goals are, and that's what separates him. It's Mark Hanna, Evergreen Wealth Strategies, 314-889-0503, or go online at evergreenstl.com. Mark Hanna, Evergreen Wealth Strategies. Plowhawk, do you have the magic that is the Dogs? All right, here we go.
Do it.
A couple of nicknames. So St. Louis City has been, there have been a few nicknames out there. They've chosen the Dogs. What do you think about that first? And then, who Brooke just spoke about, João Klaus, we call him Santa Claus. What do you think about that nickname as well?
All right, so for the Dogs, I think I like that. You know, we got a little bit of dog in us. I think that's kind of like our mentality, and that's how we want to play every game. So I'll take that. Santa Claus, we might need to work on a little bit. You know,
So you weren't a fan of them singing Santa Claus is coming to town?
I do like that. That is not, you know, but, you know.
See?
There it is.
There it is.
Doug, it's official. The dogs.
That's pretty cool, actually, that he's on board with it.
Shout out Kerry Davis, too, for asking the question.
Yeah.
That's right.
I love Kerry Davis.
Klaus has emerged as kind of the most recognizable player on the team already, right? Because he looks distinctive.
But
And has scored a bunch of goals.
Yeah, he's got 3 goals already.
And if you're a striker who's scoring a lot, you're going to be instantly the most popular player. And he's really good.
It feels like there is some momentum for this dogs thing.
I'm telling you, if the players say they're into it, what other debate is there to have?
And with Purina across the chest, all we need is a dog mascot down there barking and yapping, and people would love that, wouldn't they?
Doug, I mean, you have done so much in your career, but now you've named one of the professional sports franchises in St. Louis. How many journalists can say that?
Well, I don't know. Probably not many. Well, we haven't had a team here before, so none. But I do want to see the live dog down there who's very well trained, that can bark, go crazy when they score a goal, and maybe when a ref makes a bad call, start barking or something. I want to see that too. Wouldn't that be kind of fun to have?
I love it. They do a pet or a dog of the week. I don't know if for home game, for all games, but they do that. The dogs do on Twitter, and I think Purina sponsors it.
Maybe some frisbee throws at halftime or something.
AFC Richmond.
Doug, I'm going to, for those watching on YouTube, the gentleman is, can you see him? Can you guys see? Can you see?
Oh, yeah, got a blue shirt.
Yeah, you see how he's dressed like an
hitting?
Alberta Clipper is coming through?
Hitting coconuts off of your tree?
He's trimming palms off the palm trees. That's what he's doing. I've never seen this before. Can you see? Yes, my nurse. Am I doing good? Because I'm holding the laptop.
Oh, that's a good.
It's a laptop.
It's a good. Yeah, I can see. He's.
I wonder if he knows what the.
It's 70 degrees. I'm not.
I didn't.
Guessing you.
When I lived down there for a year, if it dropped below 70, jeans, hoodies, boots, I was like, what
you feel it for sure.
I was like, what are we doing? It's
see what I got.
Blood gets thinner, I guess.
It's 60. It is 66 degrees, and there's not a cloud in the sky, but. People are bundled up at the moment, including the gentleman trimming my shrubs.
Tim, you should ask him if he's never been to the soccer capital.
Should ask that. And he considered to be the soccer capital of the United States. Do you think he'll say St. Louis or Kansas City?
He probably has never watched soccer in his life, I would assume.
Oh, come on. He's probably from one of the soccer capitals of the world.
If he says Kansas City, those are fighting words.
Yeah, I might have to scrap with him. He's just trimming shrubs. Man, it's nice to watch a guy trim his shrubs, isn't it?
I don't know how nice that is.
Yeah, that's good. That's good people watching. Just watching the guy trim some shrubs, hanging out.
Guys, Tim's weed whacker is not as bad as Iggy's nose breathing. It's from Too Fat to Tie
not even here.
Chat. Which one is more distinctive, the nose breathing or the weed whacker?
Have we had nose breathing since he's been out?
We might finally have a placebo for the experiment.
I mean, listeners can text in. They would hear it better than any of us here on the dais. But the weed whacker would just be like, it was like a consistent hum, whereas I guess the nose whistles come in and out like a thief in the night.
Yeah, it sounded like when the weed whacker started, it sounds like you just walked into like the Sibian Expo.
Oh,
like an American
Bill
Center.
Sibian shop.
Sibian Expo.
I don't mind hearing the weed whacker. It's just like some work is getting done and the yard's going to look nice.
It's like ASMR.
Yeah. It's exactly what it is. Yeah. Lawn maintenance ASMR.
That means it's going to be spring. That reminds me that, hey, it's going to be sunny and no cloud in the sky here in a month or two.
Today's the vernal equinox, is it not? It's the first day of spring?
Yesterday.
Yesterday?
Yep. I think yesterday afternoon.
So therefore, Iggy's correct. Winter is officially over.
But it did get into the teens.
Did it get into the teens?
Oh, with wind chill, absolutely. On Saturday? 100% was
with wind chill, no doubt. But I don't know if the official temperature.
9 a.m., 10 a.m. on Saturday, it was 14 degrees with the wind chill.
Yeah.
That's teens. That's winter. That's winter to me all day of the week.
Sure it is.
And I love it.
We're getting a bunch of responses to whoever asked the question on whether or not the nose whistles have been around since Iggy has been out. Uncle Cucker says Jackson's using the same mic with an apparently new shroud, and there has been zero nose whistling. Time to put Grandpa out to pasture. That's from Uncle Cucker.
Hey guys, the nose breathing and heavy wheezing is 100% non-existent since Kenny took his sabbatical. Thanks. That's from Big Tuft. Randy Character, who's down the hallway doing a show, says no nose whistles or coffee slurping since Pockets has been gone. That's Randy Character. So that's 3 different sources on it.
Yeah.
I still think it's questionable.
Does anybody have more nicknames than Iggy? Grandpa Pooty Britches and Leather.
Leather. You liked what? Ashen sweet potato?
Yeah, sweet potato. You gotta say sweet potato.
Ashen sweet potato? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I don't know. I turn my mic a lot more probably than Iggy. Like when I take a sip of coffee, I like to turn my mic off so that it doesn't get picked up.
Yeah.
Maybe I can have him implement that rule. You know, if you're gonna take a sip of coffee, just quick. We have these little boxes here that are so easy to turn the mic off ourselves. Might as well use it.
You have your own. You travel with your own microphone cover too, don't you? The foam piece that fits over the mic.
Well, I switched.
Do you bring that down to 101?
No,
when you do that thing?
no, I forget too often. But when Iggy was out sick, I didn't want to use the same mic foam that he was using. I wanted to keep that away, so I have my own with my name on it that I brought down here.
I don't have one.
You want one? We can get that for you.
I don't care.
Posy still uses the little mic condom.
Yeah, I got a whole box. These are nice.
They are nice.
I mean, my mic is so low, I think with a cover it would just... Same with Doug's. I think if Doug put like one of the covers, I don't even know if we could hear him.
No, you wouldn't hear me. I'd have to scream.
Yeah, because I got yours all the way jacked up, bro.
Have you?
Hell yeah.
All right.
Man, I like that, and I like that a lot. Hey, if you want to be the TMA Listener of the Month, go to tmastl.com, and you can apply. What do you submit a picture, Jackson? Nobody submits their real picture. Nobody submits their real name.
Right.
That's how you can do it at tmastl.com. Milagro Tequila, the sponsor. Welcome to a brighter side of tequila with Milagro. It's the Appliance Discounter's 8 o'clock hour here. Coming up in our 9 o'clock hour, we'll have the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. So send yours in the morning after at InsideSTL.com. The morning after at InsideSTL.com. And coming up tonight, we've got ourselves a Jim Dandy. I've gone from having zero interest in the World Baseball Classic to I think I'll watch it tonight. We've got the championship game, United States against Japan. Doug, here is the call of Japan coming back to win it in the 9th inning with a walk-off hit against Mexico.
Really not keeping them close at all. He can get a huge lead. Cracked in the air, deep center field. Thomas on the move. It's off the wall. Otani's in to score. Here comes the winning run. Japan turns it around on its last breath.
Dude, that
There it
crowd.
is.
Mexico brought in Giovanni Gallegos to close the door in the bottom of the 9th. He poured gasoline on the fire. Didn't get anybody out.
I was reading something where the Japan versus Korea game was about, there was like 55 million people watching, and that there's a good chance this USA versus Japan game tonight will be the most watched baseball game of all time.
People are
Is
loving
that
it.
right?
Yeah, there was a Japan versus Italy apparently was the most, 62.5 million. But there's people theorizing that this will be the most watched baseball game of all time.
I'll watch it tonight. I got nothing going on tonight.
Did you see what Keith Olbermann tweeted about it? He tweeted, "The WBC is a meaningless exhibition series designed to get you, in capital letters, to buy another uniform. To hell with the real season and split up teammates based on where their grandmothers got laid. Call it off now."
What?
Turns it around on its last breath.
Listen to that crowd, bro. That is certainly not
The
meaningless.
players are loving it, too. Adam Wainwright was quoted as saying it's the most fun he's ever had playing baseball.
I've never watched it.
Yeah, I saw that.
I watched a second of it, but they look like they're having an absolute blast. So God bless them.
Yeah, I get frustrated with the media guys who say, "What are they doing? Why are we playing this?" It's not for you. It's for the players. It's for their you could say the same thing about the Olympics and the World Cup. It's a meaningless exhibition. It is, but there's national pride at stake for these countries.
Right.
And the players are loving playing for their country, and it's meaningful, exciting baseball in March that you don't get.
It's a party. It's a party in those stands, man.
I knew that it mattered for a number of the
the nations, but I didn't necessarily think the guys from the United States would care all that much. But when Trey Turner hit that grand slam on Saturday night, they came out of the dugout, man.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
they were
nuts.
thrilled,
It was
yeah.
nuts.
He said it was the
Leaf
biggest
blower
hit of his
alert.
career. He said it was the biggest hit of his whole career.
Got a bush hog?
I'm telling you, I don't know. The gentleman who was quietly trimming his shrubs just moments ago has brought out heavy artillery here, even though I don't see any leaves around. He is tending to something in between the home and the garage area. Doug, would you call that a breezeway?
I would call it a breezeway. And don't you know,
yes,
I'm guessing you're the only one in the entire neighborhood doing a live radio show, and this is where he's going to do the yard work.
That's a bad beat, but what are you going to do? Well, I guess it's a good time to take a commercial break. We'll come back with the 9 o'clock hour. And what Lars Nootbaar, who has seen his following grow exponentially to the delight of the Plowhawk, he will be in the other dugout tonight when the United States goes up against Japan. We'll hear what he had to say about the win last night, plus the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. This is the Ryan Kelly Morning After from the Michelob Ultra Studio. Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with James Carlton, who also happens to be my insurance agent. And I am telling you firsthand that your staff is on top of it right away.
Is there a team in St. Louis that cares more about their clients? And I'll double down that there's not. What we do on a daily basis is coach and educate our customers on available discounts and the appropriate coverage to match their needs.
I can tell you firsthand the best, and I'm so happy I made the switch. And when you switch, they do all the paperwork for you. It's James Carlton, 314-961-4800, or go online at carltoninsurance.com.
Hey, if you like the morning after, check out Balloon Party on 101 ESPN. HD1, by the way. It's sports talk with Tim McKernan and Action Jackson from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. each weekday, right after the morning after. It's the worst named show in the history of radio, but the content's pretty good, so check it out on 101 ESPN or get the podcast on the TMA app.
Big jobs on big properties demand a big side-by-side. A side-by-side like the first ever Honda Pioneer 1000 Deluxe Crew. This flagship model delivers serious power and performance where you need it the most. Even more, it offers best-in-class comfort for 6 occupants with backseat legroom beyond compare. As for build quality, we'll let the Honda name speak for itself. Head to Big St. Charles Motorsports at I-70 and the Cave Springs exit and see the all-new Pioneer 1000 Deluxe Crew today. BigStCharlesMotorsports.com. For your safety, read the owner's manual. Wear a helmet and eye protection. Always wear your seatbelt and keep the side nets and doors closed. Honda side-by-sides are for drivers 16 and older.
I'm Ryan Kelly with thehomeloanexpert.com. Have you been thinking about buying a home, but you're sitting on the sidelines because you think the process is just going to be too complicated and maybe you'll get stuck in a bidding war? Not when you're working with me. We can start with a phone call and I can get you pre-approved the day you call in. I'll get you a lower rate, and with our 10-day closing guarantee, you'll be in the home of your dreams by the end of the month. So if you've been sitting on the fence, it's time to move. Get pre-approved for your next home loan today at thehomeloanexpert.com. NMLS number 1326241.
Okay.
Hot takes.
Yeah.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
And now the Pepperoncini Show with Darren Atkins and Ken Stroh. All right, take it, fellas.
There it is. That's the open.
Pepperoncini.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
We don't know what it is. We don't understand the name. We just know it's stupid. And it's available every weekday, featuring Iggy and the Plowboy. Apparently it's some kind of a podcast or something. Available at TMASTL.com and on the TMASTL mobile app. Whatever.
Hey, it's Jackson for Rosalita's. TMA listeners know that's always a great time to gather at Rosalita's. Why not start off with a happy hour Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 p.m.? Enjoy happy hour specials including $3 off of appetizers like the wildly popular Carne con Cerveza, marinated steak cooked to order and served on a sizzling skillet. The patio is heated and covered, plus Rosalita's offers live music on Thursdays and mariachi every weekend. Check out rosalitascantina.com or visit the downtown or DePere location today. Time to get your fiesta on at Rosalita's.
TMA knows how our Walrus audience loves their meats. That's why we have teamed up with a local company that delivers high-quality, great-tasting meats straight to your door. Brush Creek Valley Farms is a direct-to-consumer family farm that raises, processes, and delivers pork and beef nationwide at cost-friendly prices. Go to brushcreekvalley.com to choose between their various box options. Build your own box or buy in bulk to have a great-tasting local beef and pork at all times. Brush Creek Valley Farms is offering 10% off any box by using the promo code TMA10 or 5% off any bulk order when you use TMA5. On top of that, if you subscribe to their monthly service, you'll receive an additional 10% off each order you make. Again, that's TMA 10 for any box order, TMA 5 for bulk orders, and an automatic 10% off when you subscribe. Go to brushcreekvalley.com to learn more about how you can get their meats in your mouth and support a local family farm. That's brushcreekvalley.com, high-quality meats for a lowbrow audience.
If you are a commercial property manager, property owner, small business owner, or are involved in operations, listen up. Engineer Design Facilities has become the #1 commercial fire alarm service provider in the market. EDF's goal is to not increase your operating budget, but rather decrease it, and at the same time service your business's commercial fire alarm needs with the most experienced and competent technicians this region has to offer. Make sure your building is up to code. Email fire@edf-rg.com to schedule your systems evaluation today. That's fire@edf-rg.com.
The Tim McKernan Show podcast, featuring long-form interviews with people from the world of sports, politics, and entertainment.
And our guest today, Bill McClellan. Thanks so much for coming in.
Hey, my pleasure, Tim.
What's up, Caden?
Hi, how are you?
Joe Buck, our guest today.
Man, it's like I haven't seen you in years.
More than 500 episodes and counting, and it's available wherever you get your podcasts, including the TMA STL app. Get the app now at TMASTL.com. You're hearing TMA all day on KPNT HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis, featuring the Ryan Kelly Morning After, live from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Then a full show replay from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., followed by the best of TMA from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m., and another same-day replay starting at 10 p.m. Find the full schedule at TMASTL.com. Brought to you by Ryan Kelly at thehomeloanexpert.com, the most efficient mortgage process you'll ever experience.
I'm as moist as a freshly baked Betty Crocker cake.
The Ryan Kelly Morning After.
KPNT FM HD2.
Collinsville, St. Louis.
The Cubbies are going tra-la-tra-la. The Cardinals are coming tra-la-tra-la. The Cubbies are singing, the flags in the bag. The Cardinals are winning, it's too soon to brag. But when it's all over and October's here, now we'll win it, 'cause this is our year. Look out, because we're singing our love.
Doing the Wendy hop.
Listen to this jazz flute.
Ron Burgundy.
Yeah, perfect for him. I just get the feeling that the Cubs players play for money and not the fans.
It's evident. Their history would tell you so.
Come on in. The water is warm here on the program. If you thought it was hot when I was eating my banana in just 4 bites, what's it going to be like when you watch me drink this protein shake? Ooh, it might spill down my boy cleavage.
Water or milk in there?
I always go with water, Jackson. What about you?
Oh, milk, yeah. You're a brave soldier. I can't do the water.
Really?
Oh, it's so funky tasting with the water. But milk
I wouldn't say I enjoy it, but, I'm just, reducing, what do you call it, caloric intake and grams of fat? Is that what
Fuel eating. You're fuel eating.
I am fuel eating. That's exactly what I'm doing down here. You can go whole eating by texting in 314-881-TMA5 or emailing in for our Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. Plowhawk's favorite player is Lars Nootbaar. He has become a legend in Japan, and he might lead Japan to the World Baseball Classic victory tonight. Here is what he had to say following the walk-off win last night.
Lars Nootbaar, Shohei Ohtani, Ife's interpreters right there with us as well. Guys, how do you wrap your mind around this game? Lars, I'll start with you.
I can't. I really can't. The emotions are going crazy right now. I mean, this team's got fight in it, man. That's the only thing I can say. I'm so happy just to be a little piece of this, man. It's unbelievable. The fans, the team, everything. It's crazy, man. That's all I can say.
Are you ready?
Hey, they held up their end of the bargain. I've been talking smack this whole spring, man. I can't wait. I can't wait. Let's do it.
Lars Nootbaar, Shohei Ohtani, congratulations.
Said Ohtani may be available out of the bullpen tonight. Could come
Shohei
down.
Ohtani versus Mike Trout tonight, Doug. Tune in.
Yeah. Who's starting for the U.S.? Have they said? Starting pitcher?
I think they said Darnell Coles is.
I don't know that he's starting or even on the club.
I think it's either Coles, or
Wainwright and Michaelis, I'm sure, are out. Haven't gone 4 innings apiece the other night.
it says Merrill Kelly from the Diamondbacks.
Oh boy.
Is expected to be the starter.
Well, it was a good run.
No.
He had it in the bag.
He pitched okay against Colombia. He did 3 innings, 4 hits allowed, 2 runs.
Why'd you go John Miller there on the pronunciation? I noticed that. Doug, did you catch that?
Yeah, he tried to act like he speaks Spanish.
Well, so many people, Colombia, living there for a couple years, in Columbia, Missouri, Colombia would be the country. There's an O instead of a U.
That is correct.
So I feel like I'm pronouncing it correctly, and now I'm getting shamed for it. But
yeah, well, we didn't like the pronunciation.
Yeah.
If you just had said Colombia, we would have known what country you're talking about. Instead of Colombia.
Correct.
All right, sorry. Colombia. I'm still going to pronounce it that way.
Okay.
Wonder what the odds are on this affair this evening, if anybody's looking to wager. What do you think? You would assume the United States is favored?
Yeah, I would think
USA minus 140.
1.5 favorite, maybe?
Yeah, I'd say minus 1.5.
I don't see any odds where I am on my site. Huh. It's got to be bettable, I think.
No, 100%. Minus 125 for U.S.
I got minus 130 where I am. So there you go. Ballpark. Doug, if you think it's going to be a high-scoring game, 10.5 is the over-under. So people also in Las Vegas don't have much faith in Merrill Kelly.
I would think it'd be a pretty high-scoring game. The U.S. has an unbelievable lineup.
It's unbelievable.
When Trey Turner's your 9th hitter, that's a pretty good lineup.
Right. Yeah, it's a wealth of talent there, but yes, I got, and then it's the run line's minus 1.5 in favor of the U.S. So
I wish they had Max Scherzer or Jason Verlander ready to go tonight. Somebody like that. Walker Buehler, someone like that.
You got Merrill Kelly. What's your beef with Merrill Kelly?
Well, I don't think he's as good as these other fellows.
Well, he's available, and the best ability is availability.
I guess some of them just didn't want to play.
Oh, Merrill Kelly goes 6 1/3, no runs, and gets taken out.
Well, I'm sure he will. They're not
That's a Quintana reset.
They're not going to make him go 9
Hello,
innings.
Jose Luck.
Make him throw 120 pitches in the WBC a week before the season.
Guys, red alert, red alert. Dotem is arguing with Soccer Guy right now
saw
on
he
Twitter.
has penetrated the argument.
I love Duke Dotem.
What do we got going on here?
That's fries.
It's
what's going on? Hold on a second. Somebody's arguing with Matt Rocchio? Right. And then Dotem got involved? Is that what this is? Because I see Rocchio's tagged in this thread. Okay, so Rocchio tweeted out, I guess because that soundbite that we played was from the opening drive where he is producer/board operator. And the quote from Jake Nerwinski was, "As for the dogs, I like that. We got that dog in us. I'm going to be around." Doug, was this James Vilsick who wrote
I don't know who wrote it.
"I'm going to be around this team longer than Jake Nerwinski, and I submit into evidence the fact that dogs is a stupid-ass nickname." Who's James Vilsick?
I don't know this.
He just pulled credit over a guy who actually plays on the team. He said, "I'm going to be here longer." Well, I'll be here longer than Nolan Arenado, so my opinion counts more. What? I don't think he's not. He's just a guy.
What does he do? Is he like in sales or something?
No, he has 33 followers on Twitter.
Oh.
He's pictured here with Coach Beard.
Why would you?
No, it's not even him.
Why would you fight the
Joel
dog's,
Klaus?
Why would you fight the dog's name? It's not bad, is it?
But we've talked about it, like it's some soccer people didn't come up with. Therefore, no bueno. But
it came from this show. That is the number one reason why it's being rejected. Trust me on that. Let's see. Then Rocchio responded to Jimmy Vilsick, "You're having a real tough time with the definition of quote-unquote fact to be running around with that kind of confidence, pal." Wow, Rocchio loaded for bear.
Rocchio didn't play.
Jimmy Vilsick responded, "It's not my fault if you can't see that it's a stupid nickname. I'm not sure why you are trying to force this nonsense into existence, but it's just the kind of cluelessness I expect from ESPN." Nice. No one's trying to force anything. Kerry asked him about the Santa Claus nickname as well. "I prefer foolishness, but to each their overreacting own. And that is where Doug Dotem decided it was time for him to get involved in the conversation.
Sure he should.
He said, I think it's a cute nickname that describes soccer boys spelled with a Z perfectly. My sources on all things St. Louis City Dogs is at Peoria Plowboy, and I'm sure he'd agree. P.S. James, do you ever fantasize about slide tackling other men bottomless, allowing those landing strips to a joint? Think about it.
Oh, he went there. Of course he did. Did he get a response to that?
Nothing doing at the moment, but it was just sent out less than 10 minutes ago.
Okay.
You should look at the tweet right under Deke Dotem's second most recent tweet. It's a nice little image.
What's he got going on? Is there more from Dotem?
It looks like a gentleman, but he's wearing skin-tight latex two-piece, walking around with a carry-on bag, and he says, "Peep me stunned at the Burger King at Lambert Hooterville International."
The line at Burger King in the Southwest Terminal is permanently 20 deep.
Yep, it sure is.
Everyone wants a Whopper.
To reward themselves when they get to cruising
Triple
altitude.
Whopper.
Well, it's just right in your face when you get there. You get through security, and there's Burger King.
Would that be the most pungent thing you could take on an airplane at the St. Louis Southwest
I
Terminal?
would think fash. I would think fash if there's any fash. Is there any fash?
They got the Three Kings thing there, but I don't know if they serve fish to go. Can I get this salmon to go? I don't know if that's I don't know if that's an option. There's the Chili's. I don't think they serve fish. Might be a fish sandwich at Burger King.
Yeah, they do.
So I guess that would be the answer. The fish would be, but the burger is because it's sitting for so long and like it's it's just covered.
It's
in
marinating, and then once cruising altitude hits, everybody pulls out their Whopper
and soggy fries.
Ooh.
There's never a line at Burger King anywhere in America except the one at the Southwest Terminal in St. Louis Airport.
Some have even gone out of business here locally, a couple of them.
I bet, yeah.
The one at Macomb bumped, man.
Really?
Yeah, great business.
You worked at Burger King?
Oh, yeah, I slanged for like 2 years.
What do you mean slang?
Slang
I did the
burgers?
drive-through, and I was, the company drug dealers. I got to make my own schedule. It was great, man. My best job I ever had. No offense to you,
The
boy.
Burger King board named you company drug dealer.
It was on his business card.
It certainly there didn't come with a pay bump, but certainly came with the perks. Certainly.
All you can eat while you work there?
Oh, 100%.
Is it?
100%.
Do they even care?
They didn't care. Probably why none of them worked there. But I'm still good buddy with my manager, J Mac. He's up there in Nashville now, so.
What's he doing in Nashville?
Not running another Burger King.
Tennessee or Illinois?
Tennessee.
Oh.
Yeah, so talk to J Mac every now and then. So yeah, Burger King was the best.
Best job
Good
you ever
morning.
had.
Yep.
The smelliest dish I ever brought onto a plane is the 6-hour brine tube steak that I plucked from the men's latrine and unveiled at cruising altitude. That's from Dotem, who's involved in our text inbox as well.
Tube steak.
You mind unrolling a petrified log that you
Tube steak
put
is-
in the freezer?
A tube steak is a hot dog. That's what it used to be called.
Really?
Yeah.
Tube steak?
Uh-huh.
Sounds.
That's nice.
Wonder why they changed that.
I don't know. But that's what it was in my day.
When was the last time you had a hot dog, Doug?
Oh, it's been a while. I eat bratwurst. It just seems different. Bratwurst kind of tastes good. A hot dog
More
is just-
sausage, yeah.
I eat both. Love both.
I don't really know what you're eating when you eat a hot dog.
Well, that's
Beef.
the best part.
All beef.
I think you tell yourself that.
So I get a Hebrew National. Those are guaranteed all beef.
Are they?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hawk has just appeared.
It
Did you hear
shook
it?
the camera.
It sounded like an earthquake. It sounded like a
My God.
It shook the
It's been
camera.
completely... There's been no wind the entire morning. And all of a sudden, just out of nowhere. Doug, is this a north wind?
Well, I don't know. I'm not down there. I doubt it.
Well, I mean, the sun, I'm pointing at the sun for those of you watching on YouTube. So if that is to my east, my left hand, then therefore, as I turn, watch me turn, that is the north. Boy, I tell you, I just out of nowhere, the Hawk. I played golf with Cal Kennedy. You know, he's down here, Doug, with the St. Gabriels are down here for an officials convention, CYC officials convention that they have in Jupiter every year. And I would say that we were hitting balls into 40-mile-an-hour winds.
Oh.
It's just insane. But I'll tell you what, I'm posting some big numbers. It's got my handicap up to close to a 5. How do you do? How do you do, friends?
That's what you wanted,
Take that, Jackson. Get that Venmo ready.
Oh my God.
Oh, well, we'll see. Yeah, I know. That's like we can't enter scores in here till. I guess now you can.
No,
enter
you
scores.
can't. No, you can. March 1st.
Okay.
St. Louis.
Okay. Well, it hasn't been a nice enough day to play yet, but when it does, I'll have to hammer in some bad scores. Otherwise, I'm no team.
Oh, there's no integrity. What, you're just going to put in the high scores? Just make them up? Doug,
No.
that's a sin. That's a mortal sin.
Getting ready for the Fan Pig Club Championship. It sounds like.
Yeah, exactly.
You handicapped simp.
I'm naturally just gonna play bad, and so like it's the first couple rounds of the year are usually your worst rounds, and then that the handicap will adjust accordingly. There will be no chicanery going on with my scores.
Chicanery.
I think it's chicanery.
It's chicanery.
What do you sit in that chair and just instantly?
Chicanery?
It's not chicanery. It's chicanery.
Says who?
Says everyone who speaks the English language.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure, it's chicanery.
That's my response. That's my well. Either way,
You
there'll
also
be
say bangles when it's bingles.
Bangles.
a lot more people than you think say bangles. But
That was passive aggressive at me. Trust me, Doug. It was.
Okay.
no, I'm telling you, people are saying bangles left and right.
Hubbard Marty says I say bangles too.
Really?
I think Hubbard Marty's making it up. He does. Yeah, he says I say bangles too. I say bangles.
It's bingles.
But does it sound like I'm saying bangles? Because I know in my mind I'm saying bangles.
I
But it
just think-
sounds like I'm saying bangles, and I'm a Hubbard Marty lemming, so I would have to yield to him.
Yeah, as am I.
I'm a 4.9 now. How about that? I am a 4.9. Speaking of which, by the way, in Plowhawk, I know you played with the Worsen Woods Wacko and his member guest. Is that correct?
Yeah, we went to the latrine day or whatever.
Oh.
Yeah, that
Well,
place
he
is
is-
fun as hell.
He just sent me a text about 20 minutes ago during the commercial break, and he has invited me to his member guest this year, and I will be the Worsen Woods Wacko's partner at his member guest. Doug, what an absolute honor! I'm a member guest boy slut. I mean, how many member guests am I going to play in this year?
Oh, I don't know.
But just invite me. I'll show up, and we'll do magical things. I don't think Gordon Long's ever going to talk to me again after my performance this past weekend.
You played poorly?
I did not play well. If you're not used to playing in the wind and chipping off of Bermuda grass, and you come down here, and at the time I was a 3.8, and after those rounds, like I said, now 4.9. Yeah, he wasn't real pleased with my performance.
Yeah.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Bermuda
He's used to
grass.
winning those events, and I'm I got my ball in my hand about a third of the hole, so that's great.
Bermuda grass, it takes some time to adjust, man. It's brutal. Especially if you're like into the grain on Bermuda, bring out the Texas wedge.
Doug, into the grain.
Okay. Well, I like a Texas wedge. That's just a
Yeah.
putter, right?
Right.
Yeah, putt whenever you can.
Oh yeah.
Be putting 30 yards off the green. That's what I
That's
should have
fine,
done.
yeah.
Could have shaved some strokes. I can tell you that. Hey, if you want to get a green and get some Bermuda grass, deal with the wonderful people at ClubhouseTurf.com. You can call them 314-834-2339. It certainly would have shaved some strokes if I would have had the opportunity to work with a green in my backyard like what Clubhouse Turf is doing for St. Louisans. They are the exclusive partner of Celebrity Greens, Golf Digest Best in Golf, and you can call them and start improving your game today. A lot of people can hit the ball a long ways, but in order to actually score better, you got to get the ball in the hole. And that's where putting and chipping comes into play, and that is where Celebrity Greens and Clubhouse Turf come into play for you. You get a true role when it comes to your own personal putting green. You can see what they can do for you at ClubhouseTurf.com. John Rahm has worked with them. Max Homa has worked with them, and I can tell you this, there are a number of St. Louisans now working with them as well. They can design just the green or an entire replica of your favorite par 3, fully customizable layouts from the design all the way down to the speed of the green. Visit ClubhouseTurf.com or call 314-834-2339 and let them know that TMA sent you their way. And also, while you're there, you should think about it. Carlos Spicy Winter says, guys, I hear the East Terminal's Burger King
has started serving ditch carp nuggets to satisfy the Lenten crowd traveling on Fridays after hearing that a senile radio intern was broadcasting the dish on Facebook for 8 people. That's Carlos Spicy Wiener.
Ditch carp nuggets.
Can you imagine if somebody unveiled a ditch carp nugget at cruising altitude and what that would smell like?
Dude, I saw a picture of, and it was a news headline, a couple brought in an entire seafood boil.
Oh, nice.
Onto, like a trash bag full of shrimp and potatoes and corn.
Just started peeling it?
And I guess they had the middle seat open, so they just plopped it down on the tray table and were just feasting on this shrimp boil at cruising altitude. That's hell. Like, that is what hell is. It's waking up.
Not for them. Tasted good for them, I'm sure.
Oh my God, that's so vile. A trash bag full of seafood.
You think at some point the flight attendant could come and say, "Don't do that"?
I don't know what grounds they have. I mean, you can bring food on the plane.
Yeah, I guess bad odors won't get you thrown off.
I would just, oh my God, that would be the worst, a seafood boil.
But if somebody had bad gas or something, would
Yeah.
that get you thrown off?
No.
If they couldn't stop?
Because you couldn't blame that on somebody. You just be like, oh, it's the guy next to me.
Yeah.
Point to this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would be a bad beat. But I had on our way down Jamaica, I had some sky pigging going on next to me.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, a couple egg sandwiches that were a little pungent.
Oh, egg sandwich.
Yeah, a couple next to me. We were dining on an egg sandwich in the dark, and I was uncomfortable with the whole
Egg
situation.
salad?
It wasn't egg salad.
That sounds like a phrase for some sexual activity. Dining on an egg sandwich in the dark?
Yeah, I don't know, but there was like a fried egg situation. It came out of a Ziploc, which was even more concerning. Doug was eating birdseed the whole way down.
I did, yeah.
How'd that seed taste?
That's good. Good.
There was a huge mess of it at Montego Bay Airport.
Yeah,
it looked like he did.
Looked like the bottom of a bird cage when I left that area.
Guys, my dad once waited in line at the Lambert Burger King before we took a family vacation. As if he was running for mayor of Lime, he took it to the next level and came back with a hot dog. We hid my nieces and nephew from the whole scene. Learning your 4th-generation power Hoosier is no way to spend spring break. Thanks, that's from Arbor Day.
I'm sure that's
The only way where to go is Annie Ann's Pretzels.
At the airport?
Yeah, get yourself a regular, get yourself a cinnamon. You get the icing. Got
I saw the Plowhawk hit that one in Jamaica.
Oh.
You and Madison came back with some Annie Ann's.
Didn't it cost you like $70 for that stuff?
Well, that was the
nachos that were about 10 feet high.
They were fire. But Annie Ann's is absolutely the move because they have a dessert pretzel. They have pretzel bites. They have a pretzel hot dog. And they also have your regular pretzel. They used to have the sour cream pretzel, which was absolute flame. But I don't know if they still have that. More of a specialty item.
Yeah.
But now, if you go to the Annie Ann's, it's now made to order. So now you do have to wait 5 or 8 minutes.
But it's hot.
I like that because it's hot, fresh. You see them making it. So, yeah, they made to order now. They're not sitting in a rack.
Hard to get anything that's very healthy in a situation like that, I guess.
Okay, Doug, I didn't go to the mall to go,
No, but don't
we're
they
going to
have
find a salad.
a refrigerator section with something that's not going to kill you, not going to
You go to Sbarro and get anal.
Oh,
right in that one. Right in that. I'm just saying. I think that's where it was.
What do you mean by that?
That's correct. It's just a fact. That's all.
It's
a Buck Swope drop, I believe. I think it's me saying it too. I wonder how that came up. I wonder what the genesis of that conversation was.
Yeah, because it's just a fast food pizza restaurant.
Go to Sbarro and have anal.
Right? Why would
Right
that?
there, right
why
there,
would that
it's
be
proof.
a special place to have anal sex? I feel like you could just pick any fast food, like Subway or something.
Well, those mall kitchens are tiny, and certainly you could hear what's going on from the lobby.
You would think.
If someone were having anal.
yeah.
Good morning. Can you guys do a live remote from the Annie Ann's on the SIUE campus? That's from Merkel's Boner.
Dude, see, that's annoying because when I was at SIUE, they just had a Pizza Hut and a Taco Bell. And I would have stayed another 3 years or 2 years, whatever I had left, if oh man, I did not know that.
If they would have put an Annie Ann's on campus, you would have stayed in school.
Oh my God, that was my first Chick-fil-A experience ever.
easy
Was
to
at
I
SIUE.
wonder if Missouri can do that for Kobe Brown.
Oh, Annie Ann's would have.
Whatever it takes.
You'd have a doctorate degree by now.
Oh, I would stay as long as I could if there was one. Oh.
Gas station sushi tastes best after you let it get to room temp for a few hours and then open it up when the seatbelt sign goes off. That's from KG and Oto.
These people are sickos.
Have you ever seen the rotisserie hot dogs that are basically screaming for help that have been in there for like 12, 14 hours? You could just tell they're just. It looks like literally like a foreskin. Like it's like dry, shriveled. Like there's no juice left in it.
This
It's just
is like a QT or something?
Anywhere, I don't know, but wherever they sell rotisserie hot dogs, it's just not. No worker gonna go. Okay, we gotta do the proper time. We gotta take those out for 4 hours.
They're too
and then-
busy.
Yeah, like you forget about those.
I bet. Well, you shouldn't be eating that anyway, really. I mean, how desperate are you to get a rotisserie hot dog at a gas station? How hungry
I see
man are
people
you?
do it every day.
The fan page is littered with just gourmet meals like that, and I love it. That's why I love the fan page.
Look at that. I saw Iggy wanted to get back on the fan page, but I went to put him on. Did you see this, Jackson?
Yes, yes, I did.
But it wasn't. But it was somebody like inviting him to be on. So Iggy did not apply to be back on.
Gotcha. Okay, I was wondering because I
Yeah.
saw that pop up. I was like, I thought it was actually like a fake account. I thought it was like someone like pretending to be Iggy.
Sure. No, that's all possible. But in this case, it wasn't Iggy because I'm like, oh, I guess, and it happened like at 3 in the morning. Well, I guess I saw it at 3 in the morning St. Louis time. I was up at 4:30 Eastern, and then it was just a gentleman inviting Iggy to join the fan page. But Doug, he is not returned to the fan page.
Why? What's his beef?
I don't know. That's what I was wondering about. He left the fan page, and then he was saying he was out, and I'm like, God, I hope everything's all right. But he's totally fine, and he really recommends that Pornhub documentary, which I wasn't even aware of. Has anybody seen that?
I don't think I want to watch it.
There's too much other stuff
I like
on at the moment for me
documentary-
to get into this Pornhub doc.
But yeah, I need a documentary with a twist, with scoops, with drama. I think I'm good.
I don't even know what the backstory is on
Yeah,
Pornhub. I
I
don't know
have
anything
no
about
idea.
it. There's a bunch of Pornhubs, aren't there? I mean, I know Pornhub is Pornhub, but there's a bunch of third-party YouTube-ish stag sites,
Like aggregated
right?
web porn sites.
X-Hamster.
Right. I feel like sitting in this chair, I just get a dearth of or a lot of porn knowledge just from sitting in the chair. Even though I switched chairs, Tim, I took your chair and I moved it over here.
How is it?
It's good. The Iggy's chair is too low, and I'm like typing up like with my hands up in the air. I can't do that. So your chair adjusts easier, so I took yours. I'll move it back.
Nice chair, Tim.
Doug, you have sound stories today? Aren't there sound stories?
Yeah, Doug has one.
Yeah, I do. 10:30.
And U-Man has one at 12:30.
You have one? 10:30.
Yep, and then you man at
There you go.
12:30.
If you're interested in a sound story for Mother's Day or Father's Day, book it. Book it now. I'll be back in town, I guess, here to do them in the first week of April. Doug is always available. Jackson's available. John Hewlett's available. Learn's available. Riz is available. Moon's available. Randy Character's available. Courtney Landrum had one yesterday. Book it at mysoundstory.com and schedule or get a gift certificate and give the best Mother's Day or Father's Day gift at mysoundstory.com. Work with the great Tommy Cibulka and VIP Auto Accessories. Call Tommy directly, 314-428-3900. You can email him at tommy.cibulka@vipautoaccessories.com. VIP Auto Accessories is your one-stop full-service shop for all your auto accessory needs. They do van and truck upfitting for commercial fleet vehicles, provide graphic solutions for vehicles, retail office space, floors, windows, and more. And they have a full array of public safety solutions, including for EMS and police fleets. VIP is the biggest secret in its industry. Now they are promoting their service for all to hear to take advantage of the VIP quality and experience. They do commercial van and truck upfitting, and they do it all in one spot. And so they're a full-service operation, a one-stop shop. So they take the vehicle from point A to point Z, and they save you time and hassle. It's quicker to deal with VIP than 2 to 3 vendors with multiple locations. Call Tommy Cibulka, 314-428-3900, or email him at tommy.cibulka@vipautoaccessories.com. That's vipautoaccessories.com, and it's something you should take some time to probably think about.
Think about that, yeah.
Yeah, if you could. Twitchers fear rare birds at a nature reserve are having the willies put up them by noises from a club said to hold parties for swingers. I'm going to read the sentence again.
Okay.
Twitchers fear rare birds at a nature reserve are having the willies put up them by noises from a club said to hold parties for swingers.
Why would birds care about that? Wouldn't you just fly away if you just heard a sound you didn't like?
Here is the next sentence. Maybe that answers your question. They claim shrieks and groans from randy revelers are upsetting nesting birds.
Oh, brother.
One fan added, quote, people come from all over the country to see rare birds there. It's usually peaceful, but the club plays music, and there are shouts and screams of excitement.
Oh, come
End
on.
quote.
You don't have to be swingers for there to be squeals and moans, do you?
It makes it hotter if they are, though.
I guess. And it's upsetting to the birds.
The twitchers.
That's right. This is the Frampton Marsh Nature Reserve. It's one of the most special places for wildlife, according to the RSPB, whatever the hell that is. Yet 200 yards away is the Pool Shed Club. It has held, quote, adult-themed evenings for more than a decade, but has now applied for an alcohol license. And locals worry parties for couples in their 40s and 50s will attract up to 200 people and continue until 3 a.m. Neil Wright. Doug, you know Neil
I don't know
Wright?
Neil, no.
He is the club owner, and he says, we do have adult parties here, but we don't provide sex. We just provide a safe place for people to meet.
Who provides sex? What's an organization out there that's providing sex?
Hookers, I guess.
The Pool Shed Club is an interesting name. The Pool Shed.
I like it.
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
I like it. It's naughty.
Did I say Twitchers? That's a website for swingers?
No, I think Twitchers are people who watch birds.
Oh, God.
Really?
Yeah, but when you look at the sentence, Twitchers fear rare birds, so bird watchers fear rare birds, and naturers are having the willies put up them. Whatever. That's a weird sentence. By noises from a club set the whole party for swingers. So I think Twitchers in this context would be bird watchers or bird aficionados, if nothing else. But yeah, the Pool Shed Club, they don't provide sex.
You guys aren't bird watchers, are you?
I like watching.
Is that right?
I mean, I like pointing out blue jays, which I feel like are very rare in the city, but you see them out on some of the trails that we take by the Merrimack. So, yeah.
You point them out when you see them.
I love it, yeah.
Look, there's one.
Look, we may go to the bird sanctuary this weekend. They got a little event going on.
There's a fun little movie called The Big Year with Steve Martin, Jack Black, and Owen Wilson, and it's all about bird watching. It's not a very good movie, but I really enjoy it.
What about that Goose movie to where this family, it's a 90s movie where this family finds a flock of geese and they want to fly south, but they need help because they're basically the surrogate mom. So they create this big, machine, handmade airplane to fly with the geese to fly them south.
Fly Away Home, 1996.
Thank you. Ah, super emotional, Doug. Absolutely emotional.
You were happy for the goose.
Oh, we used to watch it on repeat, man, as a kid. Because we didn't have cable, so that was just a movie.
And it worked to come up with your own wings to fly hundreds of miles south. And the goose stayed right with you because he knew exactly what was going on. That's the premise of the movie.
It's a good little cast here. Jeff Daniels and Anna Paquin are the leading stars.
It's very emotional.
Doug, was she in the piano? Was she in the piano?
I don't know what she was in. I don't know.
Was she nominated for an Academy Award in the piano? Am I right on that? And then Adrian Brody won in the pianist? Am I correct? Has anybody seen My Nurse?
Yes, she won an Academy Award at age 11 for her performance in the piano. Then Adrian Brody won for The Pianist, 2002. Roman Polanski.
And then he kissed Halle Berry when he won his Academy Award. Am I correct on that? She was the presenter. She had won Best Actress the year before. And if that were to happen 20 years later, I would think that he would catch hell for it because I don't really feel like Halle Berry was a willing participant in that kiss. Thoughts?
I do. There was it was like a mouth kiss, right?
Mm.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Roman Polanski won an Oscar that year, and they had a standing ovation. So
yeah, they don't care much about
things were kind of sideways.
Yeah.
Well, this is 2002, but things were sideways at that point.
The Flying Way Home has huge ratings. 88% on Rotten Tomatoes. 4.8 on TV Guide, 4.8 on Amazon with 5,000 reviews. Damn.
I'll be the judge of it.
Well, I would
good or
recommend
bad?
it.
Well, I will have to find out.
I have not seen it since
Are you gonna watch it?
1996. But
Doesn't really capture. I love Jeff Daniels. I absolutely love Jeff Daniels, but I don't know about this picture about the geese.
it's a little bit more of a child movie, but I'm telling you want a good cry. Woo.
Well, no, I don't want to cry. Of all the genre of movies that I enjoy, goose movies are near the bottom of the list.
Clip that off.
I get it.
I like films about low testosterone, and that's why I go to Mentality. Check out Mentality today at lowtusa.com if you're dealing with low energy, low motivation, weight gain, muscle loss, fatigue, tired all the time, feeling anxious, moody, irritable, impatient, anxious, maybe dealing with depression. Those are all symptoms of low testosterone. So I would recommend this, lowtusa.com. Mentality is a local healthcare facility specifically dedicated to helping men feel and perform at their very best. When you feel like you don't have the energy or drive to keep up with your kids after work, this is something that could be helped by going to Mentality. The normal range for testosterone is large. If you've been to a doctor and they told you that you were normal without understanding the range or testing your free testosterone, it was not fully looked at, come get checked with Mentality at lowtusa.com. That is Mentality. And another new sponsor here on TMA is Big St. Charles Motorsports. Big jobs on big properties demand a big side-by-side, one that's big in power, performance, and comfort. Enter the first ever Honda Pioneer 1000 Deluxe Crew, available now at Big St. Charles Motorsports. The Pioneer 1000 Deluxe Crew has loads of power thanks to a 999cc engine and a 6-speed automatic dual-clutch transmission. It delivers serious performance, sporting a hefty hauling capacity and a 2,500-pound towing capacity, both made easy thanks to Honda innovations like tow haul mode and self-leveling rear suspension. And when it comes to comfort, the new Pioneer 1000 Crew shines, giving you best-in-class comfort for 6 occupants. Hop in the back seat, and you've got shoulder room for 3 and leg room to spare. As for durability and build quality, they will let the Honda name speak for itself. Head to Big St. Charles Motorsports at I-70 and the Cave Springs exit and see the all-new Pioneer 1000 Deluxe Crew today. That's Big St. Charles Motorsports.com. Check out that destination dealer at I-70 and the Cave Springs exit. For your safety, read the owner's manual, wear a helmet and eye protection, always wear your seatbelt, and keep the side nets and doors closed. Honda side-by-sides are for drivers 16 and older. And also think about it. Design Air Heating and Cooling email today coming up in a matter of moments. Jackson, have you had a chance to filter through the unfiltered?
Oh, I got to do that right now.
Oh, sure you do.
Uh-oh.
Sleep with the switch. I was looking up these Goose movies, sorry.
There haven't been a lot. I'm waiting for the biography of Goose Gossage.
Oh, yeah, Rich Gossage.
In Sopranos, there's I guess those are ducks, but, there's a little bird storyline.
Yeah, Fly Away Home's a true story, bro.
It is.
I don't know if he made a mechanical airplane and flew with the birds, but apparently a dude took care of a flock of baby geese.
God, this email is so long.
Great.
Who sent it in?
This one comes from shop steward for Iggy's repeated storytelling.
Well, can you read half of it, maybe? You can't send us a book.
It's good, though.
I say we just get ourselves a range from Appliance Discounter and just burn that email. Because you don't want
you were setting me up. I didn't know that I had an Appliance Discounters.
Right?
Is that right? Do I have one?
Says it on here, but I guess
yeah.
Jackson.
Hey, no, I yield
Jackson looked alarmed.
The Appliance Discounters. Doug, you're a range watcher.
Yeah.
I'm a dishwasher watcher.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I like microwaves.
I bought a range there.
Ooh.
And a microwave.
I got a dishwasher from there.
Yeah, I did too.
Right. John and Denise Bradley are wonderful. They have 5 St. Louis area locations to take wonderful care of you as well. The sponsor of our 8 o'clock hour, it's theApplianceDiscounters.com. theApplianceDiscounters.com. Work with John and Denise Bradley and their wonderful staff at the Appliance Discounters. They have an 80,000 square foot warehouse because if you have an appliance go out, you can't wait weeks to get your new one. You need it ASAP. Get it from the Appliance Discounters at theApplianceDiscounters.com. Buck Swope texted me to let me know the Sbarro anal drop came in response to intern Towney saying something about West County Mall being a great place to find strange.
Oh, Tawny.
Is that the case? I've been to West County Mall 100 times.
I didn't know that.
Oh, I went
Is that
there.
right?
Just
That's a hotbed?
There's just a lot of elderly people walking laps. That's all I saw. And
pretty much.
People
and they're all promiscuous?
Maybe they're the ones finding the strange.
Starbucks line about a mile long. Outside of that, I don't know much else about it.
How many they do for
At West County Mall?
Yeah.
They have a Starbucks at West County Mall?
Yeah, it's underneath the food court. It's like on the first level, like in the middle, like that little greasy little play pit they have there for all the kids go.
Greasy little play pit.
I wouldn't. It's nasty. But it doesn't matter what time of day it is. Starbucks is always packed. Who's drinking coffee at 4 o'clock in the afternoon? Is my question.
The Apple Store is also packed.
You need a reservation to get in there.
Doug, they'll talk down to you when you go in there.
No. I know.
Well, if you had to clear porn off of people's computers with viruses all day.
That's what they're doing in there?
I had a buddy who worked at the computer service department at Mizzou, and he said most of his job was downloading stuff like Apple, like onto Iggy's computer, where it's like the most simple tasks, or helping people get the porn viruses off their computer. But he would say it was like a couple times, like some really attractive girls would come in with an issue with a virus due to the porn sites.
That's the hottest thing I think I've ever heard.
Oh, I don't know.
Really?
That's what he says, yeah.
Who is this? I assume this is Frog Boy or whatever the hell his name is.
You mean Frog Dad?
Suckboy Tony from Soulard?
No, not Suckboy Tony. I have to come up with a nickname on the spot here. We'll go with Oatmeal.
Oatmeal.
Big Oatmeal.
Oatmeal would work at this store, and beautiful women would come in, and they'd have viruses on their laptops from watching Stag?
He told me that he was once working on a beautiful girl's computer, and she said it was really slow. He opened it up, opened the browser, and there was 2 tabs of pornography open on the side. And he said, "This is
What genre were they?"
Okay.
I don't think he got into that detail, but she looked at him and said, "Oh, I'm sorry." And he was like,
"Can you text Oatmeal?"
I'll shoot him a text. Maybe
No,
he'll come on
For
tomorrow.
real.
That's
For real. Maybe we can talk about it on Balloon Party.
There was a guy, it was just tweeted this morning. I don't know if from Barstool, it probably will reach Barstool. The guy, you can hook up your phone to the monitors on the back of the seat, that you're facing on some flights. I don't know what flight it was, but, you can hook your phone up
To
you can to charge it, but also you can take your screen from your iPhone and put it on, like, the TV screen. You can sync them together.
Oh, yeah.
And he was watching porn, dude. And
On the
you could
plane?
tell he realized at that very moment he had he was watching his phone and not the TV on the seat.
Yeah.
And he realized that the porn was on the TV just going out, like, right behind everybody.
Huh. I wonder if that could get you thrown off the plane.
Maybe just airdropping porn, I think, would be the move.
Yeah, would.
Remember, we listened to that airdrop with Iggy, remember? Where he actually thought you threw things out of a plane.
Yeah, that
You open up the hatch, and literally, I just cut that one for a best of, by the way, too, so that one is fresh.
Airdrop.
Where Iggy literally
Brand new TMA all day here on 105.7 HD2 and the TMA STL app. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email of the day.
All right.
Hey, Tim is just at another level than the rest of us, and I know a little bit about competition. World Baseball Classic, 1985. He was playing for Wales. I was playing for Afton. Afton played Wales in the Baseball Classic?
It's like a fair matchup.
We were enemies on the field, but off the field, we had a little something going on. We both knew it, but we're scaredy cats to act on it. So after the championship game, I figured it just wasn't going to happen. And then all of a sudden, up comes driving a LeBaron convertible with my dream man all sweaty and stuff with his uniform clinging to his good parts. He was like, "Let me show you what you are missing." Then he downed an entire nanner. Needless to say, I jumped in the car. As we drove down the highway, he was like, "Take the wheel because it's game on." Gag reflex? More like snag reflex, because he took all of me and clamped down like a Venus flytrap.
Oh.
That's from Zip, but then the last name is Erdown.
Zip or Dune? He's new.
Thanks, Tim. I'd been having trouble getting erect, but when you took down that nanner, all my problems just went away. Still throbbing. Keep being you. That's from Yo Pop Pop. You want to come in here?
Oh, gosh. Yo
Shut up,
Pop
Pierre.
Pop. He's new.
Day 7 of Iggy's extended sabbatical from his highly stressful job.
of hijacking conversations and taking smoke breaks as he copes with the disappointment of not getting tickets to see his 64-year-old goth-rocking man crush by making an afternoon of it watching porn, documentaries about porn, and listening to The Cure's Disintegration album on repeat. After coasting for days with talk about the tournament, awenas, load games, doggies, battlehawks, boners, boob jobs, man boobs, Dr. Ferdy Pacheco's nude family portrait. Who wants that text inbox name? And foreskin stew. Today, TMA came to a screeching halt with the wheels falling off like Iggy's old car disintegrating in the middle of the highway. Even before the panicked 60 seconds when Tim had to power cycle his A-Link when Jackson and Plowsy froze like deer in the headlights as Doug yelled, "Where's Tim?" The show led off by taking turns wealth-shaming the audience with talk about their 2-car garages and $25 mesh hats. Then Doug and Plowsy traded asinine bike safety policies, with Plowsy demanding those a-holes who have the audacity to stay healthy while reducing their carbon footprint ride on the sidewalk and stay out of the way of the drivers who run red lights and drive twice the speed limit, while Doug simply thinks bikers should wear football helmets. Maxwell Hung came to the rescue like roadside assistance, pulling up alongside the broke-down presentation by offering up the lifeline in the form of a text requesting the Linda the Beehole TikTok, which allowed us to once again enjoy Doug's reaction to the line, "Take off those bottoms. I want to talk to that beehole."
Oh.
How do you smoke a ciggy off a crank? Buck Swope.
Buck Swope with a nice little email.
That was a nice little email.
And finally, morning guys, thanks for taking my email. Just wanted to clear up any rumors or conspiracy theories surrounding our client's absence. The truth is, this is a protest, and it's a protest our client plans on fighting until the bitter end. Our client made it crystal clear that he would pout like the Dickens if KG and O-Town became a respected employee of Hubbard Radio. So protesting and pouting is what you get. Our client is effectively holding his labor hostage until TMA and Hubbard Radio meet his simple demands. Stop giving hard-working people the opportunity to live out their dreams by becoming valued Hubbard employees, and stop letting those people talk to learn. It's a show of strength. Our client enacted stage 1 of the pouting by reluctantly leaving the fan page and also the Golf Rivals page in an act of self-inflicted martyrdom to show that he's willing to die if Hubbard continues to hire more and more producers in an attempt to make TMA just the slightest bit better for the listening audience. He would like everyone to know that since leaving the fan page, he now considers himself off the grid. So if you need to contact him, you can just text, email, or DM him. In a statement posted to Denny P's Naked Fat Person Forum, Iggy stated he'd be maintaining radio silence from all social media except for Twitter, Instagram, and his Facebook Live Cooking Symposium tomorrow, where he'll be answering questions about the Pornhub documentary he watched. Stage 2 of the protest is what the disenfranchised listeners of your hard-to-find backwoods radio program are experiencing now. Iggy's unexplained absence. If you guys think it's so cool that KG and O-Town makes TikToks, gets a key fob, and gets to visit with Tim while they're vacationing together in Florida, then our client sees no other course of action but to not show up to work anymore. Our client would like you to know that he can do this all day. He's made a career of not showing up to things like Claibs' Hall of Fame induction, his niece's wedding, the Learn and Riz interviews, and now work. Quite frankly, it's obvious that our client's absence is materially impacting the show. Yesterday, you broadcast 34 minutes of dead air static while the entire staff frantically struggled to Google the WBC schedule. And today, your listeners are subjected to 28 minutes of crackling cellophane being unwrapped from Plowsy's bottomless treat bucket while your production team refused to search for Linda the Beehole until Jackson had finally had enough and threatened, "Fine, I'll just drop everything that I'm doing to come in there and find it for you." Thank you. That's from Shop Steward for Iggy's repeated storytelling. Join our Patreon today for the chance for you and a lucky guest to hover over a bush and piss on our client.
Oh. What was the short version of that
Shop
name?
Steward for Iggy's repeated storytelling.
Shop Steward for Iggy's repeated storytelling.
Doug, that's what we have for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today.
Well, I thought Zipper Down wasn't bad, but as we went, it seemed to get better. Buck Swope had a nice little email, but I'm going to go with Shop Steward for Iggy's storytelling.
I really like Buck Swope. I'm going to go Buck Swope.
Did you?
I thought we had wonderful choices. However, today's Shop Steward for Iggy's repeated storytelling has shipped the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. Jackson and I got to go deal with a situation down the hallway. Randy Carricker, Doug, is taking shots at me for being in Florida. He said yesterday that Jackson has a crestfallen look on his face when he walks into the studio, and I am still in Florida. Jackson, that feels hurtful, to be real candid with you.
Yeah, this Randy. I don't walk in there crestfallen. I walk in every day with a big old smile on my face. Say, hello, everybody.
Is that right?
Yeah.
There's no way in the world you walk into Balloon Party with a smile on your face.
I like seeing Matt Rocchio and Kerry Davis, Brooke Grimsley, Randy. What happens in the hour following sometimes can be a little bit hectic, but
they wanted a piece of Jackson's ass yesterday after Missouri lost to Princeton, Doug, and they got it.
Yeah, boy, did they ever.
You hold up okay?
Yeah, I fought it strong.
Okay.
But there was moments where I was weak in the knees.
Nope, that's we'll see what they're unhappy about today. I don't know what it'll be. Is there anything that they could be unhappy about? There really couldn't be anything that they could be unhappy about, right?
Nothing.
Well, we'll find out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, sure you will find out in about 4 minutes on 101 ESPN. Time for us to shut it down. For the Plowhawk, for Action Jackson, sitting in the vacationing Ken Strode's chair. For my brother Kevin, for Douglas Sullivan Vaughn, I'm Tim McKernan. This has been the Ryan Kelly Morning After from the Michelob Ultra Studios.
Everyone always asks, how are you the preferred lender?